What's up with y'all? It's Bozo, aka Emiliano. We right here at Coastline Music with my good people, man. Tap in this motherfucker, subscribe, like, share, tell your mama, tell everybody. This new pick in this bitch.
Coastline sucker.
Yeah. This Bozo on this bitch, man. Coastline Music, live and direct. Southern California, bitch. We talk for the streets cause we are the streets. You ain't with us, you against us. Yeah, look. Yeah, said we were running out of options, so we chose to let the truth fly. Running out of patience, we gon' have to let these fools die. Gang affiliated, we were young and had to choose sides. Throwing up the set, every car that gon' swoop by. Telling you these true lies, the reputation endless. Before I jumped inside a coupe, I jumped over fences. Then homies gon' catch us when the last day come. I ain't never been in band, but goddamn I play a drum. I never lied to you cause you treat me like a son. I had my older sisters when it felt like I had none. There was some in the oven every day of the week. When the world turned sour since you gave me some sweet. Kicks on my feet, they exclusive. I buy the shit now, cause back then I couldn't do it. Gossip in exclusives, you gon' see me in some new shit. They work out to my music in these prison institute. Can I share what's in my heart without losing my mind? I wanna live, you wanna die. I wanna fight, you wanna cry. Can I share what's in my heart without losing my mind? I wanna live, you wanna die. I wanna fight, you wanna cry. Yeah, shit, we ain't tripping off of them, but they tripping off of us. They see me with a female, they assume that I fuck. They don't know about respect, so they throwing shade on us. I'm getting money, little homie, I ain't tripping off of none. Dog, I ain't tripping off of none. Who the fuck want beef? I could kill you with this gun, or I could kill you with the speech. I ain't never felt defeat, I ain't never lose no sleep. I lost all that pride, man, that pride made you weak. See the jewelry, laying over these tattoos, that should tell you. Little homie, I'm a bad dude, don't mean to be rude, but I come with persistence. I do it for the S's locked up behind fences. I do it for the mothers with the 85 percentage. Let's pray for the children that got left behind addiction. This ain't no contradiction, but I got it off the streets. My flesh like the wall, my heart like the concrete. Can I share what's in my heart without losing my mind? Yeah. I wanna live, you wanna die. I wanna fight, you wanna cry. Can I share what's in my heart without losing my mind? Yeah. I wanna live, you wanna die. I wanna fight, you wanna cry. Yeah. Rest in peace, Stomps. Rest in peace, Rubs. Rest in peace, Lil Villain. All my dead homies that ain't here with me right now, man. I'ma keep talking that shit, my boy. Yeah. This new pick in this motherfucker. Fuck the other side. Yeah. Get money, my dog. Fuck the bitches. Yeah, Coastline this bitch. You ain't certified, don't talk to me, pussy. Yeah. Yeah. Fan first in this motherfucker, Peep CNT. 448 G's, what's cracking? Thank you.
All right, man, we good? All right, welcome to the Coastline Music Show. We got my guy, Bozo. What's good, brother?
Salute. What's up with you, bro? Thanks for having me, man. Appreciate
Thank you for accepting the invitation.
Always, man.
And
shit.
man, that song was hard, bro. I like that track. I like the vibe on it.
Thank you.
What's up with that
Thank
track?
you.
Is that it was on a project that just came out, or?
It's on a project that I call Goon Talk.
Okay.
I've been trying to drop a short EP like every 2 months. I try to give myself like 60 days between EPs. Right now I'm on 5, so yeah, it's a series. I'm trying to really own the Goon persona, the Goon title. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know, I'm in my own world, so I see things my own way. Like, I just think that it's important to like really have an identity in the game. You know what I'm saying? So that people either identify with you or they want to identify with you. You feel what I'm saying?
Do you get a lot of people that do identify with you?
Yeah, for sure, man. My fan base is a strong, blue-collar, hard-working, grinding, fucking hard-nosed crowd, you know what I'm saying? Very loyal. I've been very lucky, fortunate to have support of the community that I do have.
You got a good following, man.
Yeah, for sure.
How did that happen? Did it happen, like, pretty quick?
I would like to say that You know, I created my fan base like in '04. You know, I was signed
really?
to a Universal deal, and through Kosh distributions through Kosh, but I was signed to Universal, and I was barely catching a buzz when I caught. I did a 10-year term. You know what I'm saying? 10 years straight. So right after I got signed, I think like within 6 months, I caught my time. You know, so it started back in the days, and then coming back, touching back down the streets. I'm not really sure, man. I kind of got out with a sense of entitlement, you know what I mean? Which is kind of like not good, you know what I'm saying? But I got out with a sense of entitlement as far as the music, you know? Chip on my shoulder, you know what I'm saying? And I came out really just dissing a lot of people, you know? Yeah, I kind of went on one because, you know, I feel like when you're influencing people, you got to be responsible for the influence you're giving, you know what I'm saying? And I hate to see people, it's like the saying goes, you know, I won't ask you to do nothing, I won't do myself. You feel what I'm saying? And I see a lot of that shit in the music, like a lot of
misguiding or something?
Most misguiding, yes, misguiding, giving the wrong message because the reality of the situation is like with all this shit that we talk, this G shit that we talk, there's a lot of people doing life sentences and a lot of cemeteries packed and a lot of children that don't no longer have their fathers or their brothers or, you know what I mean? We go on so forth and so forth, you feel what I'm saying? So I think that this shit has to come with a responsibility, you know?
So you came out kind of like fed up about all that stuff that was...
it was one of the things where like, the best way I could explain it to you like this, right? Like music was my ex-bitch, you know? And my ex-bitch was a thorough bitch when I was with her, you know what I'm saying? And I came home and now she's with a sucker, you know what I mean? Yeah. With a lame. And it wasn't necessarily over the bitch, you know what I'm saying? It was just more or less like, these lames can't ever fill my shoes.
Kind of like that Commons track, huh? Do you know
I know what you're talking about. Yeah. So, you know, cool. it was, I think it was I don't know, man, just hunger, man. Like doing that much time really changed me. It affected me, you know.
How did the label feel about you, bro?
The advance was gone. They lost out on money, you know.
They didn't really want to fuck with you when you came out.
No, most definitely not. But I kind of made it up because so I had a lot of music out flowing around. So what we were able to do was gather up enough and then drop somewhat of an album. You know what I'm saying?
So after when you came out, you started just doing independent stuff?
Yes, sir. No. Well, when I first came out, I got affiliated with Capone and High Power.
Okay, so you were involved with them?
Me and him had history before. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
And when I got out, he owed me money. You know what I'm saying? So of course I'm gonna collect my money. You know. So I called him for the money he owed me. He broke me off and shit. And after that, we were starting. Well. One of his artists, Lady Pinks, was starting an independent label on her own. And she asked me to be the face of it, you know what I'm saying? But when the contract came in and I saw what I was being offered as far as money, like I just believed in my talent and I valued my talent a lot more than what they were offering me, you know? So then that created conflict and that created turmoil, and that's when I started dissing all them. And
you went through that too?
Yeah, most definitely, yeah. So, you know, just a lot of shit talking, but it was good, man. I think that, you know, everything happens for a reason, you know what I'm saying? Now there's a lot of homies, well, not even just homies, but in general, artists that have figured out the independent game through our trials and errors, you know what I'm saying? Through our trials and errors, not only, and then like all the resources you have now, you know what I'm saying? Like you really don't need what you needed before, you know, to distribute your music before. To have distribution before was fucking hard, dog. You know what I mean? If you had a distribution deal, like you were Don King. You know what I'm saying? Like
you're probably taking
you were pimping the shit out of fools, dog. You were cashing out fools for whole projects. You know what I'm saying? At the bare minimum, you know. So yeah, so I think that, you know, leading by example has been definitely empowering to a lot of other artists. You know.
Damn. So that's good, bro. That you decided to take your route and push it, because you've seen what's out there, like as far as like you said, all the platforms that
for sure.
Now you guys didn't have it when you started.
No, right? We didn't have it, man. We had to do everything the hard way. You know, it was
Did that make it easier to do it now? Like you did it the hard way?
Yeah, like I don't know how the little homies can't keep up. I
Yeah.
look at fools like, man, you're tripping. Like
Yeah.
dudes don't got no job. And I'm not like dissing, but what I'm saying is like there's no occupation during the day. There's no families that you need to be devoted to. All you got is your youth and your energy and this talent. And I see dudes still slacking, you know?
Do you feel like you know how, like, I mean, I guess I'm an older guy too, you know, but do you think how we talk about the younger people, is it, you think it's always been that way even back then? Like, it's not, you think it's an era thing or it's a new generation thing?
I think that I think that, you know, like
'Cause I feel like there's older folks still doing things the wrong way too, you know?
most definitely. Yeah. No, I just think that it's like anything else, dog. Like the sense of urgency will be there when there's lack of resources. You feel what I'm saying? The more resources you give somebody, they tend to get comfortable. You know what I mean? And it's not even intentional. It's almost subconscious, you know?
Yeah.
It's almost like the saying is, you don't know what you have until you lose it. You know what I mean? Like a lot of these artists, if you took all these platforms and all these resources that they have, wouldn't even be able to overcome or fathom the thought of like, fuck, I got to do this shit the hard way. Like we used to go to the mall. We used to go to swap meets. We used to go to clubs they wouldn't even let us into. You know what I mean? Just to pass out flyers and sell CDs. And dog, I remember printing CDs. Like, fuck, you had to get the right ones at the store, and then like the right ones. There was certain,
or whatever.
there was certain ones that you couldn't. And then even then, it was like you would record a session, and you were lucky if somebody gave you the burned CD, just your session. You know what I'm saying? Like a rough, you know. So.
Sometimes you gotta wait some time.
Yeah, dog, and then you know everything was a struggle, homie. Like even getting the physical copies of your CD, like you know what I mean. You had to work the right way and get the right connection, or else you were getting charged an arm and a leg to film a video.
Yeah.
Talk about filming a video, my dog. That shit was like $5,000 at the very minimum, and it was a garbage ass video.
Yeah.
One angle the whole fucking time.
Yeah. Now videos are what, costing like 4 or 5?
12-year-olds know how to film videos, edit them and all that shit, like pros now, you know what I mean? So, I mean, look, the thing is this, dog, that there's always going to be a disconnect between the adults and then the young adults, you feel what I'm saying? The disconnect is just maturity, you know what I'm saying? It's lack of the same maturity, which puts us in different playing fields, you know what I'm saying? As you grow older, your perspective on life is broader, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot wider, and when you're young, you tend to just focus on what like your flesh is desiring. You feel what I'm saying? Like you're very motivated by your impulse, you know what I mean? It's not nothing strategic, you know what I'm saying? It's almost like I'm just going with the energy I'm feeling. That's why youngsters are so easily influenced. A grown man is hard to influence once he's a man and set in his ways. You feel what I'm saying? Like that's like they say, the other saying, like you can't teach an old dog new tricks. You know what I'm saying? Like they say that because adults are set in their ways. You know what I mean? Once you're an adult, fool, like you know who you are in every situation of life. You know what I mean? In every circumstance. Of course, we're constantly creatures of evolution and gaining wisdom and learning. You know what I'm saying? But we're learning what we need to learn. When you're young, you really have no choice on what you learn. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of shit just comes your way, and your youth doesn't, and your lack of experience doesn't allow you to dictate whether it's good for you or bad for you. You feel what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like young people think they're gonna be young forever.
Well, that's all of us. I mean, I still feel young as shit. You feel me?
Like just like, man, like now when we get older, we think like, all right, now we got to move a little different. We consider different things, you know.
I think that the youth, though, what they do have,
one pour shall we talk exactly
is yeah, go ahead, Big Dog. I think the youth, what they do have as an advantage is their imagination, though, their creativity. You know what I mean? When the younger you are, the more vivid your imagination is. You know what I mean? The more creative you are. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, like they're gonna be constantly making the game evolve, also in progress. You know what I mean? But then again, this fucking monster of a phone that we have, you know what I mean, and social media is poison to the youth, I believe. You know what I'm saying? I think that it gives the youth a false sense of reality. You know what I mean? Like it makes, you know, like as a youngster, I had a lot of ego, you know what I mean? And that ego made me do a lot of shit, you know what I mean, to gain a reputation, to earn respect that I thought was needed. Now I could imagine you give me a phone with the reach to fucking everybody, the stupid shit I would do.
So
you know what I mean?
You think you understand why they do it? With
Most definitely understand. Yeah, well, they have a there's always a void when you're young, man. The one thing is this, man, like when you're young, I believe that you're constantly searching for a purpose. You know what I mean? There's always a void in your life, whether you realize it or not. You know what I'm saying? But that comes with being young. You know what I mean? To me, that's God's test as far as your will. You feel what I'm saying? And that's a test that as youth you need to go through. You know what I'm saying? And that's why hopefully you have a foundation of either family or close-knit friends to not let you go off the cliff. You feel what I'm saying? That's why camaraderie and brotherhood and family is so important as a youth. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm sure you know just as well as I do. You put a good youngster around piece of shit ass adults. Oh, yeah. The youngster's not gonna remain good for too long. You feel what I'm saying? And it goes both ways, the opposite. You feel what I mean? So I think that you know, they say it takes a village to raise a man. You know what I mean? I believe that's true. You feel what I'm saying? And that's what I'm trying to do with this music is like I don't have the time to reach out to all the youngsters and like be with them and chill with them and be on the block and post it because trust me, they want me there all day. Motherfuckers are DMing me. Motherfuckers are blowing on my phone. The weekend can't come, fool, because my shit's going off. Like right now, my shit's dry. Yeah. Let Thursday night start creeping up. Motherfuckers are blowing me up. You feel me? So with the music, I try to just be there for them, man. You know what I mean? A lot of times, like with this music shit, my approach has rubbed people the wrong way. But if it's rubbing you the wrong way, you're just a soft ass dude, you know? Like where I come from, steel sharpens steel, dog. You know what I mean? And you embrace the challenge from your peers. You know what I'm saying? From your how should I say your most esteemed adults in your life. You know what I mean? Or the grown-ups around you, whether they're your big homies, your big brother, or even your father. You feel what I'm saying? But mentorship from grown men to young men is very important, dog. Very, very important. You know what I mean? Like, we got to put confidence in our youth. You know what I'm saying? We got to nurture them, dog, and build up their confidence and make them feel strong and invincible, homie, because we already know, dog, when they leave that phase from youth to grown men, that shit gets real as fuck. You know what I mean?
Bro, it's no joke.
It gets real, dog. And if you don't have the right tools as far as integrity, morals, and principles, like, I don't know, man. I think that people underestimate the importance of that, you know? Like, I think that financial gain and longevity comes with those things. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
So, yeah, man. I mean, you know, me, myself, personally, like, I'm just trying to set the example, you know what I mean, of what not to do when you get signed as a youngster. And then, you know what I mean? And then what to do as a grown man now that I have, you know, I'm a father, I'm a family man, I'm a businessman.
So you have a lot of message in your music, huh?
Well, yeah, I mean, I believe I have to. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, what is music without a message, my boy? Yeah, like, it's just noise. You feel what I'm saying?
Just, yeah, my guy.
Yeah, for sure. You know what I mean? So, excuse me, everybody. Oh, there you go. You poured me up, man. I appreciate that. But yeah, dog, I mean, I think that's what music's here for. You know what I mean? What do they say? It's the universal language, right? Music.
That's what it is, huh?
So let's communicate. Communication is important.
That's right, man. So when you came out, you said you started doing shit, dissing people and and shit like that.
Yeah.
When did you decide? Like, was it always like for actual, like to become to do artist stuff, or was it just to like?
Nah, it was that fools crossed me, dog. You know, and they didn't want.
No, what I'm saying, like music wise, were you doing it to
music?
to actually do this for a living, or you were just doing it for fun, like just to like vent?
Nah, Ryan Music came by accident. I had a cousin that was real close to me, almost like like my brother, man. Like I was, raised with my cousin Smiley. But they murdered him, and I happened to be in what the fuck is it called, man? How can I forget this shit? But anyways, it's a prison that you sit in before they select what prison you go to. You know what I mean? So I was in reception center. And he was murdered, right? So my family couldn't communicate with me. When you're in reception, you have no communication to the outside world. Well, I mean, you have mail, but you can't have direct phone calls. You know what I'm saying? So long story short, my family called upstate for me to be notified. The warden called me into the office to give me a phone call with my family to let me know that they had murdered my cousin. And when I went back to the cell, I think that the warden saw me so distraught and hurt from losing him that he asked the counselor to go visit me in my cell. So the counselor came to the cell and basically told me, like, look, I don't have the resources or the time to sit down and speak to you. You know what I mean? He goes, I know you're going through some shit, and what I want to do is I want to give you this notepad, and I want to give you this pen, and what I'm gonna ask you to do is, he told me, just write in it like a journal, and at the end of every week, go back and read it, and ask yourself if you feel the same after you've vented these emotions on paper. And I want you to think about what you're writing, you know what I'm saying? And I want you to absorb it and really see the book as your patient, you know what I'm saying? Like, let the book talk to you, and you counsel your journal. You feel me? So when I started trying to write in this journal, I couldn't really. I think it was my ego, dog. You know, like I couldn't really write what I felt because I felt so weak from it. You know what I mean? And I was kind of like almost scared to really face my emotions. You know what I mean? And what I was really feeling, because you gotta understand, dog. Like, I've had a lot of loss. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of loss. So it was one of the things where, like, you're opening up a can of worms. You know what I'm saying? When you start talking about feelings. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
You know what I'm saying? So I didn't want to do that, dog, on a 3-yard when I'm like, still have like 4 or 5 years to do, you know what I'm saying? So I started writing lyrics instead of just in a journal, you feel what I mean? And then after that, I just started writing music.
Shout out the counselor, got you writing, huh?
Yeah, for sure, man.
So before that, there was no type of...
No music at all.
No music at all.
The best I did was like freestyle drunk like once or something.
Just like, because, you know, we're kids from LA that... Like,
Yeah. You know, you get faded and, you know what I mean? But
so that's when it started. Like,
that's really when it started. Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, it started then, and then I like it did what he said it would do, you know. So honestly, like, I think music it's corny to say that, but music saved my life, dog. You know what I mean? Because I didn't know how to communicate before that. You feel what I'm saying?
It's only corny because everyone says it, but it is what it is.
Yeah, it's true though. You know, for a lot of people, you know what I mean?
I have a question, bro. So. I mean, I'm trying to get out of this deep talk. We'll go back to it, but I got a question because
talk to me.
Since I'm Mexican and I like
sir.
hip hop, I'm sure you're Mexican. You like hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
What term do you like best, Mexican rapper or Chicano rapper?
Man, that's a tough one, dog. All right.
Now I'm asking you why. I'll tell you why I asked you that question.
Yeah. I'd be proud of either one of them. You know what I mean? If they were genuine. You know what I mean? If it was a genuine interpretation of, like, how should I say it, man? Entitlement, and if somebody was giving us that title out of respect, you know what I'm saying? But to me, I think that when they say Chicano rapper or even Mexican rapper, they're trying to exclude you from hip hop and say you're a garbage ass rapper. You feel what I'm saying? I don't take it as like, because it's obvious, dog. Like, I've been in the music game for a very long time, you know what I'm saying? I've seen a lot of shit. And I've witnessed a lot of shit. And I honestly believe they never wanted us in this rap game, dog. I honestly believe that if Chicano rap, to me, basically is an underlying title for saying, like, Sureño rap. You know what I mean? I believe that they created that genre for us because they knew what we were going to represent and the message that we were going to be giving at that time when Chicano rap first emerged. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was heavy on the gangbang shit, and it was heavy, like,
with the slang and
all that shit. You know what I'm saying? And I believe that hip hop didn't want that. You know what I mean? Hip hop didn't want to accept that because to them it was lack of swagger or maybe lack of coolness. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, dog, you got to understand, like, we're products of Eazy-E, Tupac, Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, Dog Pound, Brother Lynch, Spice One, Drew Down, Too Short. We're products of those rappers, dog. And what did those rappers do? Fool, they did gangster music and got motherfuckers murdered. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The biggest rappers at that time died because of the content and the presence that they really had in the streets. You feel what I'm saying? So I believe that it was kind of like bad timing for us when our genre got created because hip-hop was trying to stray away from violence. You know what I'm saying? To be really in the mainstream. This is just my theory. I could be wrong.
No, I feel
you feel what I'm saying? But let me ask you something, dog. Like, why was Psycho Realm allowed to be hip hop, and they were doing the same shit basically? You know what I mean?
That's why I'm asking you, because I honestly feel the Mexican rapper term sneaks out of the box.
Yeah.
Chicano rap stays in that, like you said, Sureño
Exactly.
rap. So I think that's why they did that, because that's, you just mentioned them. I wasn't talking about them specifically, but I think Mexican rapper, like you said, and also like you said, as long as it's respect, it's like saying that's a respectful term.
Of course.
Not like saying all these Mexican rappers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like that term that will move on to a different bracket in hip hop.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Because I never looked at it that way. I looked at more like gangster rap when it comes to
course.
Chicano, but I think you're right. I think it is like just the Southern California
Yeah, of
part.
course. Well, we're the ones that originally like came out with that style. You know what I'm saying? And doing what we were doing that way and that shape or form.
And then a lot of the music that comes from that, it's not really considered Chicano rap in my opinion. But but I'm gonna say you guys because you guys are the rappers. Keep running with it because I feel like you guys love the root of it. I would say.
Honestly, I'm gonna tell you something, dog. Like, yeah, you have your group of people that are proud of that, are proud of being Chicano rap, and push it. Me being one of them, I'm not ever gonna say that I'll stray away from that genre, that title, but I acknowledge also the fact too that I don't sound like a Chicano rapper.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I mean? My production isn't the production of Chicano rap. Like, you know what I'm saying? I understand that.
I mean, you were talking about off the record. We're probably gonna get to it. The people you're gonna work with and featuring with. These are people that would never, and you'll probably be the first Chicano rapper that would collab with these MCs.
Yeah, well, that's been my goal also since I came out of prison, was to really collaborate with respected artists, lyrically, creatively, that are real artists. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I've collaborated with Compton AD. I've collaborated with Joe Moses, RJ, G Perico. I got projects I'm still gonna drop with Spice One.
See, that's why I don't understand the subgenre that the Mexican rappers fall into, which is Chicano rap, because I don't understand it. Just for this simple, if you feature a non-Chicano rapper, what is it considered now?
It's considered.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? So how is it a subgenre, and then is two genres crossing each other or something?
Nah, it's just, look, dog, at the end of the day, you gotta understand, bro. Like,
but I understand it, and like you said, like I'm gonna say this. I don't mean to cut you off, but at the end of the day, if it's described respectfully, I appreciate it.
Hell yeah!
You know what
if they had our genre at the MTV Awards, or if they had it at the BET Awards, then I'd be like, oh shit.
Like at the Breakfast Club, they asked Snow the Product. They asked her what's Chicano rap.
Yeah.
And I think that was, even though I agree with, like, I mean, it's hard to, like I said, because it's a touchy subject, but that was the time to like explain it. But she kind of like pushed it away.
Well, the thing is that she can't explain it because she doesn't know nothing about it.
But I think she knows what it is.
I mean,
whether
I know.
She's part of it or
listen,
not.
what I'm saying is this. Right? Like, I don't know her. I don't know the young lady. I never met her in my life. She's probably one of the best rappers out. You know what I mean? And I respect her grind, all that shit. But what I will say is this: for one, she doesn't identify or ever wanted to identify with Chicano rap. You know what I'm saying? And it's obvious by her style, by the way that she studied and mastered her skill, that she wanted to like not include herself in any of that. You feel what I'm saying? Which is smart for her. You feel what I'm saying? Because she would have been in a box. You know what I mean? And I think that she can't really describe what Chicano rap is, or fail to, on that interview. And it's not like a lot of people thought she was dissing or running from it.
I didn't think she was.
Nah, she wasn't. She doesn't. You know, it's almost like me asking me about like, oh man, I shouldn't go there. That's kind of disrespectful. But but it's kind of like it's okay. Let me ask you. It's kind of like funny. Asking me like, how would I describe like the new rappers that sing? You know what I'm saying? Like a Roddy Ricch, you know?
You don't like Roddy Ricch?
No, listen, I love Roddy Ricch, right?
Curious.
I love Roddy Ricch. I love Roddy Ricch like a motherfucker, right?
Yeah.
But he's not a rapper, dog.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean? To me, he's a pop singer, fool.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That has gangster and street content in his music. but it's not rap, homie. That shit's pop music.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
Melodies are pop. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. You know what I mean? So, but then again, if you were to ask him, he'd be like, nah, I'm a rapper. I just rap different. I've evolved the sound. You feel what I'm saying? But I mean, it's to each perspective. But you gotta ask a Chicano rap, what is Chicano rap? You feel what I'm saying?
I hear you for sure. I just feel like, man, like I said, me being Mexican from the LA County and stuff, I always felt like we were part of hip hop.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely.
And I don't know, like, me personally, I know friends that were considered themselves Chicanos because that's what they grew up knowing.
Of course.
I don't know if you're first generation.
I'm first generation born in this country.
Yeah, me too. So my parents, I never once knew. I never identified. I always said I was Mexican.
Yeah,
because
of course.
My dad speaks Spanish. Like
Most definitely.
we go to Mexico every fucking summer. I play instruments. Well, we played in a norteño band when we were kids. My brother used to sing shit like that.
Yeah, dope.
So like the Chicano shit, I respected it. I always, being from LA, we looked up to the homies and shit like that. Our uncles, our brothers were that. It was never nothing disrespectful. But like as far as when it came to hip hop and rap, it was, to me, that's what it was.
Yeah.
It was like the homie, dang, you see the homie? And he's Mexican, he's hard, right?
Yeah.
And you always had to throw that and he's Mexican, like you said, because they didn't accept it. You had to be a little better than normal to be considered something to listen to. But like that's why I feel like when I asked you about what term you like best, I feel like one term is boxed into a subgenre and the other one is really not.
Yeah, it's definitely a hindrance, you know?
Yeah.
Because I'll give you the perfect example. Like, let's say you play my music on Pandora or Apple Music, any of the digital distributors, right? Like, you'll have me, and then you'll have somebody like, I don't know, like Capone's trash ass after me. You know what I'm saying? And
why do you feel he's trash just because you're saying it?
Because he can't. Like,
but does that consider the typical Chicano rap style?
Yeah. No, I'm not saying it because of that. I'm saying it because his music's whack. Like, I mean, to me, that's just.
But there is a typical Chicano rap style, right?
There is a typical Chicano rap style, like the rapping over oldie beats type shit.
Oh, okay.
You know, dudes rolling the R real heavy. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's what.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So then you get that. You feel what I mean? And then you know, even the slang like. Orale, chale in your lyrics, you know?
Mija,
which, you know, I mean, I'm not knocking nobody for it, but to me...
Sometimes I enjoy it.
I don't at all, to be honest.
There's songs where I actually think, like, what's that song? There was like the old... Yeah, it had to be back in the days when you actually enjoyed it, because it was kind of current. You know?
I never really did, dog. No? To be honest with you, the only, like... Raza rappers that I listened to growing up was Lighter Shit of Brown.
So you do understand that... You do understand why is in a box.
I understand this, big dog. This is what I do understand. I understand.
I want to hear you.
I understand that. Okay, so Chicano rap basically to me was created when Little Rob and Capone came out. Okay, that's how.
What year you think that was?
Early 2000s. You know what I mean?
Really?
No. I'm wrong. Like, no. Am I wrong? Or?
Like as far as the term, or
the term Chicano rap, like early 2000s, right? And then Chicano rap was born because Capone was out there doing his thing. Lil Rob was out there doing his thing, which Lil Rob wasn't terrible to me.
Wasn't,
You know what I mean? He had talent.
Yeah.
I believe that their labels and them getting distribution and getting the opportunity to make a living off of just distributing music. See, they didn't see the big picture, dog. Like, to me, Lil Rob and artists like Capone dropped the ball. You know what I mean? Because what they did, dog, like, they were just looking for gimmick rappers. You know what I'm saying?
I understand.
They saturated the game, fool, with all this garbage-ass music. Like, it was nobody talented. They were just signing their friends off the block, fool.
That makes a lot of sense, bro.
They were dropping like fucking 50 albums a year.
As long as they rhyme words.
As long as they rhyme words. The record labels were paying for the distribution. No matter what. They were going to get cashed out no matter what. Wow. You know what I mean?
And you know, because you were involved with this.
Of course I was involved in it. I seen it all. I witnessed it all. You know what I'm saying? So what happened was this, dog, like, it's like, okay, this is why I take the stance. I mean, I don't know if you know or are aware of, right? But I've been really heavy, like, going against, like, Fools Gone Wild and their content.
Oh, have you?
You feel what I'm saying? Yes, I have. You know what I mean? Because I don't believe in the exploitation of our culture, because I know that at the end of the day, fool, it's gonna hurt my pocket and all of our pockets and the next generation to come. You feel what I'm saying? Because what happens is this, dog. Like, you exploit a culture, right? You exploit a culture. That culture that had so much value, therefore loses its value.
I feel like
You're depreciating it with the garbage, with the lack of talent, with the lack of investment, and then in Food's Gone Wild with the disrespect and mockery of our culture, dog.
I feel different, and I'm gonna tell you why. I'm probably wrong, but
Okay.
I feel like there was jokes. There were, like you said, there was people that signed their uncle or the people from the block that just knew how to rhyme what with whatever, right? And I feel like Food's Gone Wild kind of exposed that. Yeah, that's funny, but there's more to it. But I feel like they made it funny to like for you guys not to take that shit so serious. Like that's not what we're about. That's how I see Food's Gone Wild. Like I enjoy it.
To me, I understand why you enjoy it, right? And I get it, right? All right, to me, it's like this, dog. Okay. First and foremost, I'm a sureño, fool. You know
I hear you.
To the utmost extent. You know what I'm saying? And to me, like, what the biggest creed for us as sureños is this, dog. Respect and mutual respect, you know? You give respect first, so then therefore you could demand respect. And then when there's no respect, then we go to war. You feel what I'm saying? Okay. All right. So to me, the presence of our faction, which what I represent, to me is a necessary evil in our community in Southern California, fool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the reason why I say that is because we dictate a lot of shit that goes on in the streets with the examples that we set. You feel what I'm saying? With the way that we carry ourselves, and the culture and the ways that we hand down. No doubt, look, gangs aren't fucking, you know, they're not academies full of honorable people. You know what I mean? I'll give you that. But we're a product of our environment and our society and how we come up.
Yeah,
and we do the best that we can with what we're handed. You feel what I'm saying? All right. You have these fools Gone Wild making fun of the homies on drugs, making fun of the homies wigged out, making fun of the homies that have real issues, dog, with drugs. You feel what I'm saying? I don't know about anybody else, but in my community, drugs are a big part of our economy, dog.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? They feed children. They feed families, dog. Listen, and yes, people come addicted to it. Yes, there's babies born with you know what I mean, with autism due to the meth now and all that shit, right? But you gotta understand, dog. These communities that we're in were pre-planned, dog. This wasn't just us choosing to be this way. You feel what I'm saying? Like black people talk about reparations. Like, what the fuck you talking about? Like, we all need reparations in the hood. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's not just for black people. It's for the Native Americans, for the hood Billy white boys that are in the hood running around.
Yeah,
it's for the raza. You know what I'm saying?
It's a class thing. It's not even a racial thing.
So here I'm gonna go with this, dog. With this lifestyle that we're brought up in, fool, there's a lot of trauma, dog. There's a lot of underlying issues that we still don't know as a culture don't know how to address. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's abusive, physical abuse, whether it's sexual abuse, whether it's mental abuse. These are things that a lot of our people suffer from, dog. You know what I'm saying? And how do we self-medicate in the hood? You're not going to get paid for a counselor. Your mom's not going to fucking send you to a psych or a shrink because most likely, like you said, your parents are the first ones born in this country. How many underlying issues do you think that they come? Well, they brought you in this country.
Yeah.
They're the first of your family in this country.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me ask you this. How much abuse and underlying issues do you think therefore your parents have? Not to say exactly your parents, but I'm saying like, what I'm saying is this, big dog. Generation after generations, we hand down our trauma and our issues and our underlying, you know, all the abuse that we go through, dog. All right, so now we're here in this society that is Los Angeles, California, okay? Now we have gangs that are extended families when families don't necessarily last, when families fall apart, when dad goes to prison for a third strike, when mom just got beaten to submission by her new vato, all the shit that goes on in the hood and in families everywhere, right? All right. So then you have the homies, which are extended families, you know what I mean? To me, that shit's a necessary evil, if you ask me. In my hood, child molesters and rapists don't run around, fool. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? In my hood, paleteros don't get slapped like in other hoods. I don't know about a lot of other hoods. People talk about vendors getting robbed. In my hood, they don't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But just hear me out where I'm going with this. What I'm saying is this, dog. Okay, so then the homies that hold on the block, fool, right? The homies that set the standard on the streets go to prison and or end up in the streets and end up using drugs, dog, right? These vatos that they're making fun of, dog, are the fools in the joint that don't allow you to get raped by that big ass white boy or that big ass negro over there, my boy. You feel me? Those are the ones that don't allow them big ass fools to beat us up for our store when we come back from picking up our packages. And before that was happening, if people do their history, before there was any of these fools gone wild, our people were getting fucking beat up and smashed for all their shit. On the calles with the zoo suitors as well as in prison, dog. You feel me? Okay, so now we're making fun of the pillars in our community, dog. Not necessarily pillars as far as congressmen and all this shit, but come on, dog. Like our older homies, dog. The homies that hold down the hood. You feel what I'm saying? Now you're making a joke out of these vatos because all the trauma and all the shit that they've done has led them to using drugs, fool. And now these fools are schizophrenic from drugs that not only we flood, the government floods our neighborhoods with. You feel what I'm saying? So now you're displaying these fools publicly with 2 million followers on IG for everybody to see. Let me tell you something right now. If you were to get wigged out in the hood and be asshole naked out there in the streets and they posted you, how you think your family's gonna feel about that, my boy?
Hey, you know, it's funny you asked me that. It's funny you asked me that. Let me tell you why. Because I had an idea last night. I had an idea to
go viral?
No, I don't even want to say this shit on record because I still might do this shit. Fuck it, I'm gonna say it. I had an idea to disconnect myself from social media for like maybe 2-3 weeks, and then go like with a behind the scenes camera, and then explain to the camera what I'm doing. And to like act like I'm a tweaker, because it happens in the city, bro.
All the time.
Yeah. So like I'm telling you, like, oh shit, that's my homie. Like two months later, he's tweaked out on fucking Pacific, walking around. So I was gonna do it, and just like say, hey, okay, look, guys, I'm going on Pacific right now. It's 2:00 in the morning, and then I was gonna expose people that would expose me or help me.
Exactly.
And that's what I was gonna do.
Okay.
And I just ruined it for fucking myself right now.
No, but I'm saying,
but you know what I'm saying. But I hear that
but
question.
But to me, it's like you're trying to take a stance for the culture, right? And
so do you see it like they're not what? Because do we know who they are?
I know who they are.
Or are they Mexican?
Look, dog. There's been a debate about this shit on social media. To me, homie, I don't think dude's Mexican, dog. To me. But then again, I could be wrong.
Oh, is he a sureño or a
no? He's not a homie from a hood.
He's not a homie?
I know that for a fact.
Oh, so that's okay.
He's not
so
a
that's
homie. So
that's a problem.
There
already.
It is. There. Okay.
Yeah. See, I didn't know that.
Okay, so how? It's like, dog. Do we make fun of the veterans that come back from Vietnam?
Yeah, I think we do. We shouldn't, but we do.
Who does? I don't.
Well, the guy.
I honor my soldiers.
But this is what I'm saying. Like, off record, didn't I explain some Marine? No. No, I'm saying we as in we.
Yeah.
The guy that went up to
society,
the guy that went up on the bridge 3 days ago and shut down the whole bridge and shut down traffic. Everyone was talking shit about this guy. But veterans, salute to the fucking veterans for fucking whatever. But the same veteran, Marine guy that went to war, I don't know how many times, but he was on top of a bridge trying to get people's attention. No one gave a fuck. They were mad that he was shutting down traffic. So society does talk shit, or just they do talk shit about these people, even though they shouldn't.
But listen, though,
they shouldn't.
But hear me this though.
But they do.
How does somebody record you, fool, behind your back, fool, and then behind your back upload it for people to make fun of you? And then you don't even have a face to go deal with it. Dude's wearing a fucking mask the whole time, my boy. Own up to your shit, bitch.
But you know what's crazy?
What you talking about?
It's
how you gonna disrespect
I hear
people?
What you're saying.
How you, my dog? Look, listen,
stock check
my
one
dog.
time. No, fuck it.
I'm cut from a different mold, homie. You feel me? Like if you're gonna insult me, homie, like say it's like I call out names, fool. When I diss motherfuckers directly because I'm a man, first and foremost. You know what I'm saying? And if I'm gonna speak up, if I speak up on some, dog, I'm gonna take actions behind what I say. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm not just going to run my mouth.
So you don't like when they do, like, and you know what's crazy? When they do, like, rate his flow for 1 to 69, right? Do you follow them?
I mean, I used to follow them when they first started.
Because there was this guy, bro, like, it was some straight, like, cholo rap from San Diego. But look, I swear to God, I actually like the song, bro, and I followed the guy. And it's on the post, it looks like they're making fun of him, right?
Listen, homie, I get that shit. Like,
but when I went to his page, I was like, this fool's fucking hard. It's like it is some cholo shit, but I was like, damn, this shit has a little ring to it, a little catchy. Yeah. So like, and then he was flattered that they posted him. So listen, it's like,
this is my thing, dog. Don't make fun of people when they're down and out.
I hear you.
That's it.
But you know what? At the end of the day, like when we're in a circle with the family, we kind of clown on each other.
Yeah, but that's us though.
So like I clown on a cousin that doesn't
Let me tell you
snap
something.
out of
Have
his
you
ways.
Ever, and this is
like, oh
me,
shit,
this is me being honest, dog. Like, have you ever made fun of somebody like that has like Down syndrome or something?
Oh yeah.
Okay, no, listen, have you though?
Be honest.
Oh, you mean like at?
Let's just
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna
answer the question directly,
Damn,
please.
damn, he put me on blast.
Okay,
man.
no, listen. I have. When I was young,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
did.
when we're
fool.
kids, yeah, that's what
When
I'm
I was
saying,
a
yeah.
kid, I did, fool. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But when I grew up to be a man,
I hear what you're saying.
a man. When I grew up to be a man, you know what I mean? I stopped doing childish shit, my boy, because I understand only children have the luxury to be that ignorant. When you're a man, you hold a responsibility to carry yourself like one, dog. You don't make fun of the weak, homie. You just don't.
I hear you.
Especially to profit off of it. That's exploitation, homie. And it goes back to the Chicano rap shit. See, that's the thing, dog, that nobody wants to hold nobody accountable because they're afraid of people not liking them for it. Me personally, I'm a line presser by nature. I don't give a fuck if you like me or not. I just want God to love me. At the end of the day, I can give a fuck how any man judges me on earth, dog. You know what I'm saying? As long as I know what I'm saying and what I'm pushing is righteous, bro. You feel what I'm saying? And I do it for my culture, dog. I believe in my culture.
So how do you feel since you're talking? So you're saying it like what causes things? Like how do you feel about the drug epidemic as far as like the people dealing it? Do you think they should be accountable for the people that fall into addiction?
You can't listen, dog.
I'm curious.
No, I know. I'm gonna answer the question, but see, here's what okay, so I'm just gonna answer it. All right. Look, dog, the thing is this, homie. You're a product of your environment, fool. I need you to understand that. Like
I agree with that.
all day, every day. You feel what I'm saying?
100%.
Okay. And okay, let's look at where we're at right now, right? This is San Pedro, right? Mm-hmm. This is a blue collar neighborhood. You feel what I'm saying? Most dudes that I know from San Pedro have a long line of people in the union. You feel what I'm saying? Shoremen's, all that shit. You know what I mean? A lot of it. What would you say is the percentage of that in this community?
This community, it's a big percentage. But
how big is it?
But if you ask me, the people I grew up with, 0.
No, but I'm saying just the community.
So yeah,
okay.
The community out. Shit, Adrian, help me out. 65%.
More than half. Where is that a reasonable to say? Okay, more than half. All right. Therefore, just that presence in the community gives people the opportunity to follow in those footsteps. You feel what I'm saying?
That makes sense.
Okay.
That makes sense.
In my community, there is no shore. There is no like union presence like it is here. You feel what I'm saying? So what do we have? We have drug dealers and drug users and gangbangers, and that's what we have. You feel what I'm saying? And
we have that here too. But
I do. But what I'm saying is that the culture is, you know, it's the shore. You know what I'm saying? Like you guys wake up and see.
If you could see it, you know it's real. It's basically
that's exactly what I'm saying. Okay, there you go. Okay. So the presence is physically here. You feel what I'm saying? With your own eyes, you see hope. You feel what I'm saying? Okay.
That makes sense.
A lot of our communities don't see that. They just see fools selling dope. You feel what I'm saying? And it's generational from Mexico, fool. It's not just that we landed here and started doing it.
Yeah, I hear you.
A lot of us come from bloodlines of drug dealers, generational dope dealers, fool. You feel what I'm saying? Just like a lot of people come from generational union workers or whatever other line, medical fields. You feel what I'm saying? So therefore, it's like, how am I going to hold somebody accountable when that's all they know? I mean, at some point, yes. We got to hold each other accountable. You feel what I'm saying? At some point, yes. But I'm not here to speak up. I can't speak on people that are doing things that out of circumstance that I don't know about, dog. You feel me? So, I mean, now I'm not going to hold every drug dealer accountable. I'm not, fool. Like, I can't. You know what I mean? Our government...
It goes deeper. It goes deeper.
It gets deep as fuck. Yeah. You feel me? So
I was just asking because we're talking about.
No, I know. A lot of people tell me that shit. Like, okay, then. So are you holding accountable your homeboys that sell dope? Look here, bitch. In my hood, they'll kill me for that.
Hey, I didn't sound like that.
So shut the fuck. No, but I'm saying. But let's be real. Where I'm from, like, you get whacked for that shit. Come on, my boy. There's a real presence out here that you know what I'm saying.
What? By the way, not to like. I still want to stay into this, but I just want to. Where are you from?
I'm from Pico Nuevo. I'm a Peewee, yeah.
Like, but like city-wise, what's it called?
Pico Rivera. Pico Rivera. My barrio's Pico Nuevo, yeah.
Oh, okay.
My gang name is my rap name. No. I mean, well, if you listen to my music, I say it. I just wanted to say it. I said it twice while we did the thing. Perform a new pick. You know what I'm saying? That's my gang. You know.
So it's Pico. That's like what, like 605?
605. Where the 5 and the 60 and the 605, that square box, that's us. You know
so Pico River Sports Arena, is that in your hood?
That it's I don't know if it's like geographically the city, like, but it's not in my city. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but maybe it's
on
part
the
of
other
the,
side
like,
of
the,
60, but it
okay.
might be like, you know,
Like the area code type
Yeah,
shit?
exactly.
Okay.
So I don't know, but is it in Pico? Nah, it's more like in El Monte. You know what I mean?
Okay. So
Yeah.
is what does that fall into as far as sections? As far as like
Southeast Los Angeles
so
or
it's like-
southeast, yeah.
Okay.
Sela.
Sela.
Yeah.
Okay.
My community is originally migrants, you know. There was orange groves, and you know that's what it was. Our my city was where the last Mexican fort was at. Pio Pico, the last general on American soil. The last one to like fight, you know what I'm saying? That's where the mansion is still standing in my city off of Whittier Boulevard, you know what I'm saying? So our city's named after that.
Well, you already expressed a lot about how your mentality is, but how was that growing up?
The hood?
Yeah.
Shit,
Like-
I grew up in a good time, man.
Yeah?
I'm not gonna lie. My childhood was great. I lost my mom when I was 12, going on 13. So my dad, you know, was an alcoholic, you know what I'm saying? I became a ward of the state by the age of 13 and a half or something like that. So I've been raised in you know, juvenile halls, camps, placement homes. I was adopted by an aunt. I ran away. I'm a penitentiary baby, basically, if you really like want to know. But my childhood in the city of Pico Rivera is beautiful, man.
Yeah.
Like my city's beautiful, the community's beautiful. Besides all the murders and all my homeboys dying, like I can't complain, dog. Like, you know, I enjoyed my childhood. I'm not gonna front. You feel me? But yeah, like
what was a few like things you like love to do, like that's kind of like to this day something that is enjoyable in the city, like restaurants, maybe
man,
parks.
I go to the park, man.
Yeah.
Smith Park. My son plays for the park still, so I still go. You know what I mean?
that's
And
cool.
that park is the shit. Like,
It's cool to like you feel. It seems like you seem like someone that would still
man, I'm a patriot, dog.
Like, still
You
go
know what I mean?
back
Like, I
and-
go back. I
even though,
I look
you
out
know,
for my people, all that shit.
at the end of the day you gotta be for your family, but you know like
well, I think that
like give back to the community type.
yeah,
shit, right?
for sure. Like, I think that I mean, I don't know, like, who doesn't want to go back? You know what I'm
Man,
saying?
there's
like,
we know there's a lot of people.
no,
that
there
don't-
is, but
that-
I'm
that
saying,
can't-
like, I mean, if
can't,
that,
first of all.
when a community's been good to you, like, how could you? I mean, I don't know. I love my city, dog, but I mean, I just love Los Angeles, period. You know what I mean? Like,
I
to me,
love
like,
it.
LA is just such a special place, dog. Like,
I love it. That's why I'm big on like trying to figure. I ain't gonna figure this out because I ain't nothing. But there's a lot of cool like Mexican representatives that should be in a different place. Listen, bro, and you're one of them, by the way.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Listen, we're here, dog.
Yeah.
Just you gotta understand that the media doesn't want us in, dog. Because see,
Sometimes you think sometimes we do it to ourselves. Bro?
hell nah,
Nah.
homeboy, come on, dog.
No,
This
like-
motherfucker's doing some horrible shit out here.
No, I mean like. You think sometimes we put ourselves in a place where maybe we can't get out of it? Like,
Hell no. What do you mean?
And I ain't saying us
we're the
as in
hardest
you.
working, most humblest,
No, I'm
most
talking about
loving.
artist wise. I'm talking.
I'm talking about artist wise
okay.
also.
All right, cool.
We're the humblest, most hardest working, most honest people on this fucking soil, dog. As far as California, I don't know about anybody else. I'm sure you go to Jamaica and find motherfuckers with 10 jobs or Middle East and all that shit. But I mean, as far as
Hey,
the
you know
soil
what's crazy?
like
They use the Mexican term. They use the Mexican term as a hard worker. So if you're a hard worker in the Philippines, they'll be like, "Oh, he's a Mexican version." You know what I'm saying? No, it's true.
Yeah.
So they call it when I used to work in I used to do inspection on the ships,
Mm-hmm.
and then they're like, "Oh, Filipinos, we're the Mexicans of the world." They used to say that, right?
Of course.
Because everywhere you go in the world, they're the hardworking people. But they used to say we're the Mexicans of the world. It's
Yeah,
kind
well,
of
it's
crazy
true.
because they use our term to
I mean,
represent
it's
what
true.
they do.
I mean, it's true, and I think that work ethic is our staple. You know what I mean? Like, can't nobody take that from us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And in all honesty,
I
like,
just feel like I don't like when we dumb down our skill, dumb down what we do, because we're up there, bro.
listen,
And we grew up, like you said,
Yeah.
you said who influenced us and what we grew up around. Like, just notice that, like, the fact that we grew up around that puts us in a place where we could be that great. You know what
well,
I'm saying?
I believe that our people come from a disadvantaged society too. You feel what I'm saying? Mexico still doesn't treat their citizens the way they
Oh,
should
yeah, of
be
course,
treated.
yeah.
As well as I'm Salvadorian too.
Are you? I
My
didn't
mom's
know that.
Salvadorian, my dad's
My
Mexican.
nephew's Salvadoran too. Look,
So
half and half.
shout out to the Vicho over there.
The-
So
oh, Vicha, that's right. That's what they call him.
so you know, we come from disadvantaged circumstances where our people weren't really allowed to evolve the way they should. See, when there's wealth, fool, you have the luxury to evolve. You have the luxury to education. You have the luxury to knowledge. You have the luxury to a lot of resources. We come from third world countries. I'm not going to say we. I'm an American. I'm proud of it. You feel me? But our parents come from third world countries, dog, with third world economies and third world educations. Think about the disadvantage of that shit. You know what I'm saying? The white man's ancestors come from Europe, where they were already having fucking kingdoms and fucking palaces and emperors and all that shit way before us. You gotta understand, dog. They come from the old world. We're in the new world, dog. You feel me? Like there was none but Native Americans here before any motherfucker touched the soil of a pale pigmentation. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, and yes, it's been a long time since then, dog. Right? But you gotta understand, homie, when you have an emperor mentality or a slave owner mentality, as I should say, that shit's handed down generation to generation. You work at the docks, right, with the unions, right? Okay. What are the top heads in the unions? What are they? As far as
like ethnicity?
Yes.
The top, man. I'm gonna admit to you, there's a lot of Mexicans.
Oh no, but I mean at the top.
Oh,
at
okay.
the top,
okay.
top.
Top.
I'm not talking
About
about
union or the
yes, the union.
the company.
The unions.
Because so there's a company that owns
that contracts the union.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
understand that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. But at the unions itself, who's at the top of those unions? Have you ever looked into it?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you what they are.
That.
So they're Jewish, there's Irish men, and there's European men up there. I'm not gonna name them by name because I don't know the names. You know what I'm saying? But if you look into it, they're the ones that created this shit. You know what I'm saying? I know Jimmy Hoffa and all that shit wasn't, but you gotta understand.
You're right though, cause look, so they have streets all over this shit that honor certain people that started it and stuff like that, and it is
Okay, thank you very much.
Right,
all right.
You're right.
I think they're trying to evict the.
Hold on, hey, who's that guy over there? He's the guy that's slowing down all the operations.
I know I'm right because I looked into it. You know what I'm saying?
The guy from Teamsters.
Thank you.
The guy from Teamsters.
Okay, thank you.
Hey, aren't you the
Okay.
guy that's slowing shit down back there, bro?
Okay, let me ask you something, dog.
Let's go. Come on.
How long have unions been around? Since the what? The 50s?
I think that's when it started, right?
Okay, so we're 70 years into it, dog. Right? And now one black man is at the top of it or one Hispanic man?
Damn, you're right, probably.
Okay, my point by bringing up the ethnicity of the pillars of the unions is this, dog, that isn't by accident. You know what I'm saying? That the top wigs in the unions are of, I'm gonna just generalize them as European, you know what I'm saying? Like that shit is all designed, dog. Like it's generational. They're handing down those positions generationally. And unions, what do? You grandfather positions, right? Okay, then so you think how long before we get a Hispanic up there or a black man up there to be the head of the unions, you think?
I don't know, but I think
It's been 70 years.
Yeah.
We're gonna get to a fucking 100?
I feel like this is how I feel about that. I feel like the people that have got to that point that are Mexican or somehow Hispanic, by the time they get there, they're already brainwashed to say they're not.
Okay, but
You know what I'm saying?
hear me out. I'm glad you said that right
'Cause
now.
I-
It takes a certain type of mentality and molding for you to be that kind of person. fool.
Yeah, I agree with you.
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Just like I believe that a woman should never be president. I'm sorry. You feel me?
Okay.
I believe
I think I agree with you too.
that's a whole nother right? The reason I say that is because
Boo, hey, damn, we'll be
because-
like, boo, 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 boo.
it's because
I agree with you. I hear what you're saying.
it takes a certain type of upbringing, molding mentality for you to fit those positions.
And I also
dog.
heard women agree with this.
Of course.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Bosses birth bosses, dog. You know what I mean? If you have a laborer mentality, guess what? You're going to raise your children to be laborers. You feel what I'm saying? So now at the peak where we're at, as far as Latinos right here, you know what I'm saying? Like we're in a place right now, dog, where physically we're bigger and stronger than we ever were. Intellectually, we're smarter than we ever were. Numbers wise, we're deeper than we ever were. If you're into history, the Mayan calendar tells you that the hybrid Mexica is of this generation, my boy. You feel me? So if we're really going to get into like where we're going and what we're doing, when they say, if you don't know where you come from, you don't know where you're headed, it's the absolute motherfucking truth, my boy.
Aye.
You feel me? So now us and the age gap that we're at, we got to be molding the little homies and molding the youth and nurturing them and teaching them this mentality, but we got to do it by example. You know what I'm saying? Not just running our mouth. My daddy never told me to try and start my own company. My daddy told me just be a hard worker, mijo. Work hard and you'll get what you deserve. You know what I mean? A hard worker always prevail. Fuck all that shit. I'm going to tell my son, invest in your motherfucking self young while you have the energy and you have the youth and you have the imagination to do it so that when you get to my age, you own everything. Not just a fucking car. You own your house.
Car, huh?
You own your own business.
Yeah.
You own everything. Fuck a 65-inch flat screen. Fuck a Chevy fucking that peels out.
Yeah.
Fuck some fucking Versace fucking shoes you have no fucking reason wearing. Fucking quinceañeras that cost $18,000 when you could
That
put that into a
part, bro.
fucking college degree.
Damn.
You know what I'm trying to say? Like, let's get really down to what we're doing.
Sometimes
Like,
even college degrees, because if you're doing it for the wrong reason, college degrees are wrong.
they're trash.
That's what I'm saying. If you're doing it for the
But
wrong
I'm
reason.
just using that as an example. You feel what I'm saying? Like, invest in education, dog. You know what I mean? Like, we got to set the standard, a new standard, because all we know is work the hardest, mijo. Stay humble.
Yeah.
Fuck
But
stay
you know
humble.
what? But you know what though? That was a good lesson to us to transition to something else. It's like a stepping stone. Like they.
To transition, but
Yeah,
when do you
to-
transition, though?
Well, that's our job to change the narrative.
Okay,
to-
yeah,
to-
exactly. That's what I'm getting at. Okay, so awareness, right? And ambition is necessary in our communities. We lack ambition. Well, I mean, I think now we're doing great. I'm gonna be honest with you. You know what I mean? I think that right now we're in a position where we're finally getting it, man. You know what I'm saying? And the future looks bright to me. I encourage the future of our people to keep doing what the fuck they're doing, dog. You feel me? But what I do, this is another thing that I'm heavy on. It's like, at what price are you gonna do it? You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do it at the price of becoming materialistic, and being influenced by these fucking phones that you see all day. You feel what I'm saying? Because with that shit doesn't come generational wealth. With that shit just comes, it's like a trend.
Yeah.
You come and you go.
Uh-huh.
You feel me? See the bigger picture and think long-wise. Buy acres, fool, even if there's not shit on them. I know plugs right now that'll give you 8 acres for $15,000.
Damn. Sign me up.
You know what I'm saying? Nah, it's the truth, my boy. But okay, but let me tell you this. Did you think that I knew that plug before I went to go look for it? Fuck no.
You had a search
we were
for
just
it, right?
we were just mentioning containers right now. Okay? How many people have you told that to and have actually took you up on the opportunity to do that? None. Lack of ambition, homeboy.
All that.
Lack of ambition. You feel what I'm saying? But let me tell you something right now. If you tell somebody that you know somebody that sells Louis Vuitton purses or Gucci
whatever,
purses
yeah,
in the
yeah.
hood for this cheap price, they're going to take you up on that shit.
It's
Like this, my dog.
It's kind of like I seen something earlier today. Actually, it was like and I don't want to talk down to, addicts because we all have family that's there, you know. But it says something like, you never heard a crackhead or a tweaker say, "I ain't smoking today because I ain't got money for it."
Nah, hell
They
nah.
figure out a way to get it, right?
Hell nah.
It's like
They'll
so
figure out
that's
a way to
some-
get
yeah,
it.
so
Yeah,
that's
it
what
will. But then we go back to like where your head's at, fool. Like,
No, we're saying
You know?
like whatever you really whatever you want to do,
most
you can get it done.
Whatever you,
Yeah.
look, dog, whatever your mind is projecting, that's what you're gonna see. You feel what I'm saying? That's all you're gonna see. You feel what I'm saying? But I think that we just gotta, we got to learn how to do is sit back, dog. Right? We gotta sit back and analyze all these cultures that we're around every day, dog. Right? And you gotta evolve into adapting the best traits in every culture. Don't adapt
definitely.
to the worst ones. Cause that's all our people are fucking doing. Little homies talking about nigga this, my nigga that, my nigga this, my nigga. Never broke bread with one of the homies, one of the black
So
homies.
look, so this city right here that we live in was called San Pedro, California. It's
Yeah.
3 main.
San Pedro.
San Pedro. Yeah, I mean, I guess.
Ah!
I guess.
fucking with you.
But you did say Pico, and it's Pico.
I'm
So-
just fucking with you.
Hey, but I got people like that that be doing that.
No, I have a homie like that that'd be like, you don't even talk Spanish, are you, Chicano? Chinga tu madre, güey. ¿Cómo que no,
exactly.
güey?
That's what I'm
You know I mean?
saying.
Like,
So look,
la verga, güey.
this city is based on three races, right? We got
Yeah.
Mexicans, Croatians,
Yeah, hell yeah.
and Italians, and these are roots. Like these people speak
Yeah,
the
yeah.
language. There's Little Italy's down the street. This street is Little Italy, right?
Yeah.
Croatia, there's a Croatian hall. There's an Italian hall. There is no Mexican hall.
Why is that?
Let me tell you this. It's not because. Let me tell you this. It's not because we don't have Mexicans that can afford it.
Yeah.
It's because the Mexicans that get to that point.
Yeah.
They probably say, "I ain't even Mexican no more."
They forget
Fuck
they're
that.
Mexican.
But guess what? My goal is to have a Mexican home in the city. That's my goal because I
It's a
really
feasible
care
goal.
about this shit. I really
It's a
care
feasible
about.
goal.
I really care about us looking a certain way. I really care
Of course.
about us like. And I don't like. I don't like
Dog,
to talk
if you
shit
look
about
like
the
money,
box.
what do? You generate money.
Yeah, I don't like to talk shit about the box, but
The fuck, dog?
my thing.
Think I
about
wear
the-
this shit for nothing?
I feel you.
I want motherfuckers to pay me my word,
yeah.
dog. I want to walk into this bitch looking like a pharaoh, homie.
I want to have
You
a
feel
Mexican
me?
hall in the city, and it's gonna be the Mexican. If it even has to have a coastline right under it, I don't care. But the reason for this is because I want to make sure that people know that we could do the same thing, and you know what I'm saying. And we
Most
could stay
definitely.
cultured. We could speak our language, and we could.
Most definitely.
Why when Italy won the World Cup, it was cool for them to go on Western with the waving their Italy flag. Why when Croatia plays games, they shut down 9th Street and put big ass fucking screens. But when we fucking want to say Mexico's playing today, they say go back to your country. That makes no sense.
Well, because I'm gonna answer
I
that
don't like
question.
that.
Why? And I don't like it either. But that's because their people know how to delegate the shit.
And I ain't saying these people do it because they fuck with me.
Yeah.
I'm saying just the world.
No, as a
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, you're just using it as an example. No, yeah, well, I think those people know how to delegate. That's our problem. That we don't know how to delegate things.
Yeah, we
You know what I'm saying?
we make it look wrong sometimes.
No, what we do is we get our feelings hurt to where we're like, that's our favorite thing to do. Chinga su madre, send them fuck themselves, and that's it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't take the initiative to be like how you're saying it right now. Like, damn, why isn't that happening? We're just quick to be emotionally angered, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's all we know. Our parents told us, like, shh, don't talk too much. It might get you in trouble.
right, that's true.
Shh, why you saying this? Why you saying that? No, says your own way. Let them cry about this shit.
But isn't
Don't
that
ta-
kind of true at the same time?
Nah,
though?
dog,
Like,
there's a difference
so
between
don't
crying.
we teach like don't be saying too much or don't
Yeah,
like,
but dog, you can regulate that. There's a time and
Yeah.
place for that. You can't use that shit.
No, what I'm saying, no
use
seas
that-
llorón. To
use
me-
that
to me,
model
no
on your-
sea-
use that model in your relationship with your wife.
to
We'll see
me
how far it gets you,
to
dog.
me no seas llorón
No
means
communication.
literally don't be a crybaby, but that doesn't mean don't express your thoughts and your feelings.
Yeah, but they push it to us like, you're a crybaby if you're
I
complaining.
see what you're saying.
You feel what I'm saying? It's like we have the ghetto mentality without the ghetto, fool. Like, we have rancho mentality. You feel me? Aferrado a hacer lo que vas a hacer a la verga, fucking all this shit. Like, fuck it, I don't respect my wife. I'll cheat on, you know what I mean?
What Mexico?
My dad's from Durango.
Durango, okay.
Yeah, my dad's from Durango. And I'm lucky my dad was a gentleman and a man of respect, you know what I'm saying? But I know that a lot of times, like, in our communities, like, or our ancestry, should I say, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of shit isn't morally right neither, dog. But that's because we're so primitive, homie. You feel me?
So what's your ideal of a way of getting to the next level in a positive way? Like,
well, it starts with the kids.
kids.
It starts with the kids.
What would be a few things to change as far as like how you were taught? And how you
encouragement, confidence. I am who I am because my mother and my dad, and mind you, I lost them young.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I lost my family structure very young before I was even in puberty. But growing up, my mother and my father gave me so much confidence, dog. Encouraged me so much and complimented me so much that I haven't lost it to this day. You can't tell me I ain't shit. You know what I mean? When I was growing up, they never even called me by my name. They call me Rey, like I was a king.
Damn.
You feel what I'm saying? Mi
Never
rey,
got
mi
that.
rey, mi rey, you know? You know what I'm saying? And I believe that that's where it really starts, dog, because children need to be watered, homie. Like, you got to water those seeds, dog.
I
You
hear
got to
you. That's-
encourage them, you know what I'm saying? And you got to give them ultra confidence because as they grow, fool, the world gets colder, dog, and people become more insulting, you know what I mean? And circumstances become different when they start being with other people and getting in relationships, and one person doesn't have the confidence that I have.
Yeah.
If I have the confidence, I'll acknowledge that shit real quick and get the fuck away, dog, because I don't need you to give me my worth. I have it.
Where do you think that come? How does someone get that? Because I agree with you.
How does someone? What do you
I
mean? How
agree.
does someone get that?
I do have that
How,
confidence.
how does an
You have that
adult get it,
confidence.
or how does a child get
Like,
it?
how do you give that to a child? The confidence.
Man, my dog, I'm gonna tell you something about. Okay, I'm gonna give you the perfect example.
Are we good?
All
right.
Sorry about that. Right there. With me at home, right? I have 2 little girls at home, and I have a son. And I'm about to have my second son. Right? My girl's pregnant right now, right?
Adrian, can I get a beer?
I don't let my little girls leave the house without me complimenting them on what they're wearing and without me telling them how intelligent they are. I do it to the extent to where they won't let me not do it.
But you also, it's real too, right? It's not forced.
No, it's genuine. I love
That's
my
what I'm
kids.
saying. Yeah, yeah.
Well,
So
well,
it-
yeah.
it-
Well, we
it
have
has to come from a real place.
Yeah, because I have love in my heart. You know what I'm saying? If a child doesn't bring love out of you, then you're just a piece of shit human being. Then there's no hope for you.
Yeah, yeah.
You shouldn't be having children in your presence. You shouldn't be raising. You shouldn't be birthing children. People that don't care for themselves or value themselves should not have kids, dog. Because all they're gonna do is create more people that don't care for themselves or love themselves.
I see you do a lot of family stuff. That's cool, man.
Man, most definitely.
You just,
like,
had,
I
you
was,
just had something recently, right? Like this
well, just
weekend?
a private flight for me and my little
was
girl.
pretty cool, man.
A little jet flight over the.
Was it a jet or a helicopter?
It was
I
a
don't
jet.
remember.
It was a
Okay.
jet. Over Los Angeles.
That's dope.
I tend to gravitate to my son a lot more because
Is that one of the first times you do that?
a
Or-
jet flight. Yes, the first time.
How was that?
Oh, it's sick, man.
Yeah?
I'm right now. I'm in my prime, my dog. I just came back from Tulum. You know, I've been traveling. I'm spending, trying to get to the roots of my ancestry. You know what I'm saying? Like, I felt like I belonged at the temples. You feel me? So I went. You know what I mean?
That's right.
I believe that I needed to go out there and really like do what my ancestors did. I believe that I had to swim in the cenotes. I believe that I had to see the underworld the way they see it.
Why,
You know
why
what
do
I'm
you
saying?
think that's important?
Why is it important? Because that's where we come from. That's in our DNA.
Okay.
You gotta understand that even violence is hereditary through DNA. You know what I'm saying? So is righteousness. You feel what I mean? Righteousness is hereditary also. That's why it's important for you as a father to always have a good heart.
Most
you know what I mean?
definitely, yeah.
While you're creating the woman, your children, through sex and all that. You know what I mean? It's important for you to choose the right women that you're creating with, making babies with. You know what I'm saying? The toxic shit is hereditary. But to go back to your answer of why I went back, because first of all, dog, like, I think that our culture and like where we come from is.
Hold on, I
like,
just realized you got low sound, bro. I'm gonna have to do
is,
this. too.
well, I do it because of the lighting. The lighting bothers. I hate
fuck with
squinting. You know.
I want to be cool with it.
But nah, dog. I just believe that it's important for us to actually see where it started. You know what I'm saying? Like to actually see, like, our cities and our pyramids that we had, dog. And we did that shit without European influence. You know, we did that shit purely on our own. You know what I mean? Just out of our own nature. You feel what I'm saying? And I think that we could rebuild our cities again on our own too. You feel what I'm saying? So I wanted to go out there to visually see what my ancestors did without the advantages that I have, without the education that I have, without the privileges of tools and fucking machines that I had. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, I could come back more inspired myself. You know what I mean? And I could take pride in doing shit with my hands. You know what I'm saying? Like
right.
when I look at you, dog, I see myself. That's how it's supposed to be.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Real motherfuckers see each other when they look at each other. You feel what I'm
hear
saying?
you.
So when I go back to where it started, I see myself. Does that make sense what I'm
hear
saying?
you.
Like, and that's why I went back, dog. And I think that that's important for all of us to like.
Do you think? I'm sorry. You were still.
Let me tell you something. Send the dude from Fools Gone Wild to go see those pyramids and tell me if he comes back making fun of our culture the same. It's not gonna be the same, dog. I guarantee you, homie. There's no fucking
You think
way.
you think there was a time in your life where you looked at someone that looked like you or reminded you was a threat?
Yeah, I hated myself at that point. When I was
okay.
young,
So
I had no self-worth. I had lost my family. You gotta understand, my situation is different, you know?
No, I'm saying as like just culturally being from where we're from.
Yeah, I was trained and bred to hate my own.
Yeah, okay.
I was trained and bred to kill my own. I was trained and bred to rob from my own and pillage my own. You know what I mean? That's what I was taught. You know what I'm saying? Because my homies were primitive too. All they were taught was like, their elders only taught them like, you're only as good as how tough you are. Because we didn't have intelligence back then. We didn't value intelligence the way we do now, intellect. You know what I'm saying? Like maturity. Like now me and you understand that the toughest motherfucker in the hood isn't always the most prosperous motherfucker in the hood.
Yeah, and I was actually talking about that.
The prisons are full of a gang of tough ass, sick ass fools, dog. You know what I'm saying? Loyal ass fools that never broke, never told. And I respect them for that. They're righteous for all that shit, right? But if they only had a few more tools, fuck, they'd be fucking bosses out here. You feel what I'm saying?
How do you feel about like the kids? Like we started this conversation by you saying how you get upset about people that misguide.
Yeah, of course.
But there's also OGs that misguide, right?
Those are no G's.
I know. Okay,
Those are dope
But
fiends.
I know.
homie.
That's what I want to get
That's
to.
dope fiend mentality.
That's what I get to. Like,
Yeah.
Like when I go back to the projects where I'm from, like, oh, that's the OG. You know, like this is not what I like. I wouldn't want my youth or my family or
Nah,
my
hell
little
no.
cousins to look at this person as the OG.
Yeah, well, we're supposed to change that.
Yeah.
I've changed that in my
Okay,
hood.
that's
I'll
what
tell
I'm
you that
saying.
right
Okay,
now.
okay, that's-
like I'm an OG in my hood because my homies respect me, admiring me, and love me because they know that I love them, respect them, and admire them equally.
But at the same time, going back to the Fools Gone Wild shit, those people did have probably did start as being someone to look up to, right? But they fell into
They did, but
a
they fell
substance
victim to
abuse.
circumstance.
Yeah, yeah.
Nobody, maybe they did have the opportunity, but they were just clouded at the time by substance or whatever was going on. You know what I mean?
Do you think that comes from like deeper than what we think? Like it's in your blood. It
Sometimes it is. Like I
is?
said, I think that hate is generational. You know?
But like the substance abuse, like maybe like the addiction shit, you think some people actually carry that in them?
Yeah, I do believe that. I
Yeah.
believe that genetically. Listen, I've done heroin, I've done crack, I've done meth, I've done every name of a drug, Molly's, fucking ecstasy, fucking everything.
All of it, yeah.
I never got addicted. Fool. I don't know why.
But
I could just wake
but
up the
then
next
you
day
hear
and
stories
laugh
with
at
some
it.
guy that tried it once and he couldn't snap out.
Couldn't
of it, right?
snap out of it, dog.
Okay.
It's like, okay, let me tell you something. Right now in the generation we're in, right? I know fools that have been tweaking 20 years, never wig out.
Yeah,
I know motherfuckers that tweak once and they
that-
never come back, fool.
that's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? That's genetically. I mean, a lot of people have that genetic, I think, genetic
be-
in
yeah.
them, man. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I think genetically, some of us come up short. Just like, you know, some of us can read a whole book in like 2 days, and some of us can't read.
I'm
Get
not a
past
good-
the
I'm not a good reader.
introduction.
I'm not a good
You feel what I'm
reader.
saying? Like, I think that those are just genetic.
so glad for these new
shortcomings
apps that
we
read for
have,
you
know what
because
I'm
it's
saying?
like,
Know what I mean? But I don't know, dog. I mean, there's gonna be flaws every which way you look. You know what I'm saying? But that's why there's families in place and communities in place. You know what I'm saying? To help each other out. The little homies, look. Let's be real right now. The little homies right now have the luxury to not have to kill each other all day. I mean, they're still gangbanging, but it's not to the extent of how it was. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, a lot of motherfuckers are safe. You know what I mean? And you know they're you know they're living a little more comfortable
but
than
you
how
think
we were.
you think
know?
we say that because we're safe?
You think I'm not safe?
No. I'm saying because we're in a safer place than when we started. That's what I mean.
As far as what, the streets?
Yeah, because like if we go back to the roots where we started, I feel like it's still the same. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Like I'm not safe if I was the block that I grew up on. I wouldn't be as safe as I am now.
Okay, well, this is what I see, you know, as a reflection in my community, or whatever. Like, even the little homies that gangbang, I can't tell if they gangbang most of the time. They don't dress the same, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay.
They're not bald, you know what I mean? A lot of them just look like skaters, normal,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
But yeah, that's in every. That's even Crips and Bloods. Too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, all over LA. Yeah,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
the style has evolved and whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think that it's coming back right now. Like
I
the
think
whole
it's
little
becoming.
cholo image is coming
but
back.
it's coming more of a trendy, cool thing now.
Well,
right?
yeah, it's a stilo.
Yeah, it's a stilo.
It's not a fucking, how do you say it? Commitment. You know what I mean? It's just a, yeah.
Because I remember before, you didn't give a fuck if they thought you were cool that when you had your band-aids.
Dog,
up here.
when I
You
was
did it
young, like, you
regardless.
got peeled for wearing
Yeah.
Cortez. Like,
Yeah.
you get smoked just for wearing Cortez. Like, you know, but look, dog, I'm not, one thing is this, fool, like, I think that a lot of times, like, this shit that we say, the youth takes it as like, man, fuck these older dudes. They don't know what the
Yeah.
fuck we're talking about
Yeah.
and all that. And I get it, dog.
I get
Like,
it
trust me,
too.
when
I
I
do
was
get it
young,
too.
I was just like you, homie.
That's why I try not to be that person.
Yeah. I don't want to be. I know I come off like that
Yeah.
sometimes, but
Even musically, like I wouldn't say, "Oh, all this new shit is trash." Like I feel like trash is.
no. I don't think it's trash. I would never say that neither. But I do think that it's not like what it was. You know what I'm saying, or what it's supposed to be.
Because I
You feel
mean,
what
we
I'm
did
saying?
explain. We did
It's not-
explain how
yeah,
like
it-
before you had to go to clubs and
Yeah.
throw flyers whether they wanted you there
Yeah,
or
yeah.
not. Everything was different, right?
But even the sound, like, look, the music industry is a whole nother animal, my boy. You feel
Yeah.
me? So the manipulations they do to make something okay. So, okay, let me tell you something. You think Lil Nas X is rap? He's in the hip hop category. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I guess automatically I would consider him rap.
why?
Just because, like,
Because he's black?
no, not even because of that.
Well, I mean, I think so.
Because like
Old
Roddy
Town.
Ricch-
No.
'cause,
Hear
like,
me
you,
out.
you mentioned Roddy Ricch.
My
I
dog.
would consider him rap too.
What is the biggest hit that you would consider Roddy Ricch rap?
Just because,
For real.
But yeah, I will just because I feel like it evolves.
Okay, so what's the definition of rap? Isn't it somebody talking? Isn't it talk to a rhythm, that's what it is. Talk. It's not harmonizing.
He said Lil Wayne.
Nowhere.
Get him out of here.
Nowhere was rap harmonizing. It was
Man,
never
one of my
harmonizing.
favorite, like, so every year you have a favorite song?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah, hell yeah.
All right. So I think, I forgot what year was Every Season by Roddy Ricch. And that was literally my favorite song.
Yeah, but it's not a rap song.
I know, I understand that.
Okay, let me tell you something.
But then 50 Cent
Is Roger Troutman considered rap?
No.
Why not? He doing the same shit Roddy Ricch does?
Because it was before it was labeled anything. That's why.
Dog.
It was, right?
Okay, then
that's the real answer.
hear me out. So if Roger Troutman came before Roddy Ricch, then shouldn't Roddy Ricch be considered what Roger Troutman is?
Is he rapping over trap beats?
Well, the beat.
I feel like it's
the
more
beat.
of a,
The beat is always are gonna evolve. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The beats are it like when you're rapping or composing music.
You think all right,
The beats are. Oh, excuse me. Let me answer
sorry,
this question
sorry
real
about
quick.
that, sorry
The
about that.
beats are always gonna evolve. The beat is always supposed to evolve. You know what I'm saying? And so is an artist lyrically. An artist lyrically.
Most definitely, yeah.
Not. Once you get into harmonizing in pitches, you go to vocal classes for that shit because it's what singing.
but
You understand what I'm saying?
who do you think that
Listen, once again, I'm not dissing Roddy Ricch
Yeah,
or nothing. Like, I love that fool shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I bump his shit. But let's be real, it's not rap, dog.
But you think something in hip hop led that lane? Like something just small. Like let's say like
I love Drake, but Drake fucked it all up for
But
everybody.
I think before
I'm
that,
gonna be real.
I think before that, Ja Rule, 50 Cent. Ja Rule was doing the same thing and he was considered rap.
And it was.
Come on, let's be
I mean,
real.
hold on.
Ja Rule
Let me
was singing
finish.
all hooks.
Let me finish.
And there's nothing wrong with it.
Singing the hooks,
Yeah, but
his verses were not.
that's what
all
I'm
the
saying.
way rapping.
But
I mean,
okay,
all the way. Singing.
everything we do in life, we need to be accountable. What
Okay, answer
if
me
we
this
open a
question.
lane, if we open a lane,
Okay.
we don't know what's gonna be next.
Okay, so
know
if
what
we're
I'm
gonna
saying?
go there, right? I'm gonna trump that by saying this:
And I ain't even a big like Roddy Ricch to the
is R&B dead or not?
It is.
You don't think
you're
R&B 's dead?
I think R&B and hip hop.
Who do you listen
became
to?
one.
Hold on. Who do you listen? He's young. I'm asking him for a reason. Who do you listen to in R&B right now?
See, okay, that's a good answer.
Okay. Who else? Hip hop R&B's dead.
Black- I would
Because
say
you just
Black-
said that right now.
Black-
Listen, when we were growing
Black
up,
is
who
a-
did we listen to in R&B?
Genuine, fucking Keith
Let's go
Sweat,
on.
fucking.
Let's go on.
Yeah.
Let's
Jagged
go on.
Edge. But
Another
see,
one?
everything has to evolve, though.
Perro, no, my
Hold on.
dog.
Do you
Manipulation
think,
is a
do you think-
motherfucker.
all right, hold on. Do you think back in the days how much?
And this is just my opinion. I'm
All right,
not
I
an
hear you.
expert.
How much
This
do
is
they
my
combine
opinion.
hip hop and R&B back in the days? Every radio
A
station.
lot.
Hip hop and R&B. How
A lot.
I know you had mixed CDs in high school, right?
Of course.
How
Shit.
much of R&B and hip hop were in one CD? Like maybe one, like
Maybe
one,
one
yes,
track, two.
here and there.
I
boom.
mean, Ice Cube never did it. Let's
no.
be real.
I'm talking about as a mix. Like you had a mix, a mix
yeah,
CD,
they were there.
right?
They were there.
It was hand in hand.
I don't know about hand in hand, dog.
I took out my. No, when I had mix, all right.
I don't know about hand in hand.
when
but-
I had mixed CDs in
But
high
they were
school, bro. I had
equally as
Genuine.
popular.
I had Jagged Edge,
they
and I
were
had.
equally as popular. They weren't the same.
No, that's what I'm saying. Hand in hand is more
Okay.
like you have three
Why do you
R&B
think
songs.
the
and
music
three
industry killed R&B?
I think it just naturally became
Why
a
would
one
no?
lane.
No,
Yeah.
fuck no. You're missing the point, my dog.
Okay.
You're
Explain
missing
that
the
to me.
motherfucker.
But I still have a
R&B
I still have a
promoted
belief.
what?
Sex.
Between what?
Oh,
Man and woman.
Oh, so okay, you go
Thank you
into
very
there.
much.
Okay.
I just woke you up right now, my dog. Why you think it's dead? Because it promoted what?
You think
because
that's
it promoted
you think
what?
That's what it is, though.
I know that's what it is,
Okay.
homeboy.
All right.
The gay mafia is real and dog, listen.
Hold on. So you're saying
I don't mean
oh,
it
you're
to
saying
hold
this.
on.
And-
I don't mean
and
it to be a
I
joke.
I might agree
when
with
I
you.
say it, I mean it literally, homie. Literally in a literal sense. The gay mafia is real in the entertainment industry, in the media industry, dog.
They cancel people.
They're- Thank you very much. In our time, did they cancel people?
Hell no.
Hell, motherfucking nah.
Yeah.
Our artists died from ODing, accidents,
themselves.
gunshots, all that shit. It wasn't because of your choice of sexual preference, homeboy. That's why R&B is dead. Like,
But,
that's
so what
why
do you
R&B
consider-
is dead.
so
And
you-
now
you don't
they're
need
letting
it,
Lil
right?
Nas X, which is singing R&B. Now they're calling it rap. You know why? Because rap was the most masculine masculine genre on the face of this fucking earth. What did hip hop promote the most? Masculinity, my boy. Come on, dog. Let's really.
So what do you consider the R&B?
about the fuck we
I'm
saying.
down to talk about this because I'm all about
You know what I'm saying?
But what do you consider the actual R&B artists that are out now? Do you think? What do you consider them as? Like for instance,
actual
Black.
R&B
Like,
artists.
One of my favorite R&B artists right now is Black.
I think they're still. I mean, I
Or
think
what do
they're
you
still.
people call them? C-Lac?
Listen, they
Six-Lac?
can't completely kill R&B. You know what I mean? They
But I
can't
mean, what do
completely
they fall
kill it.
under,
I
in your
fuck with
opinion?
Chris Brown heavy.
I don't.
You know what I mean? I fuck with Chris Brown even though he socked up Rihanna, all that
Not
shit.
for that
Like,
reason. I just don't.
that's their pedo. You
To
know
me,
what I mean?
his R&B didn't. It's pop. It's not really R&B.
Okay,
That's more
well,
pop.
I mean, I listen to his R&B shit. You know what I mean? Like, I listen to both. Tyrese is one of not Tyrese. Fucking my bad.
Tyrese is
Trey
shit, though.
Songz, yeah, but
Yeah.
he's not like right
correct.
now. You know,
Okay.
that's what I'm saying.
Trey Songz,
Trey
okay.
Songz to me is still the shit. You know what I
Okay.
mean? But then
But
SZA's dope, but.
There's SZA right now, R&B wise. I'm thinking SZA. I'm thinking her. I'm thinking
Rihanna doesn't even want to make music no more.
her. What's the other one?
Who? Beyonce?
Fuck, it's a girl, and her name is Kehlani. And one, but I wasn't talking about her. Kehlani's one. It's pretty deep right now, bro. I feel like it's
Okay.
as deep as, but you're right.
You think
it's not
deep?
thrown as far as like the
I don't think it's deep
the
at
label.
all.
The label as far as
I don't
R&B.
think it's deep at all. I think they throw it in there just to like
1 minute.
give you what you need to. You know what I'm saying?
Finish what you're saying. Real quick.
Not to empower R&B. Who's empowering R&B right now?
You're right. I see what you're saying.
No, but there's no empowering R&B that promotes love, real love. Yeah, it promoted
I
sex
feel
and
like
all that
R&B
shit.
always never really been about love. It's about fucking that bitch.
Dog,
and
it's between
bending her over.
yeah. Come on, homie.
I guess
When you
you're
went to the
right.
my dog, when you went to the yeah, come on, homie. When you're with a broad, like, come on, dog. What are you listening to, dog? Lil Nas X. We're talking about R&B and why R&B I believe is dead, right? And it's not promoted the way it's used to be, and it's not encouraged the way it used to be through the radio and sound waves. Like when we grew up, what was it? Theo at night. Love jams with Theo at night. Power 106 only played R&B at night. Okay, all right. Okay. Right?
And you even
yes or
started
no?
right, bro. Yeah, you got
Right?
it.
Okay then. All right. Because it promoted, at that
It's
point,
like the night thing, right?
it was the night thing
Yeah,
to
yeah.
promote lovemaking between men and women, right? Or whatever. Really, the who was making love wasn't even a subject.
Yeah.
It was just about love.
Love.
Okay, all right. All that shit got canceled, right? Okay. Now, presently, hip hop, not only do they have Lil Nas X, but now, hold on, they have Tekashi 6ix9ine. So basically, what's happening is the integrity of hip hop and what it stood for is being destroyed, dog. The morals, the principles, and the integrity that hip hop was fundamentally raised on, fool, is being destroyed. Because they know that music is the biggest influencer on earth. You feel what I'm saying? If you're encouraging morals, integrity, and principles in your music, all that other shit doesn't fly. These artists that are popping right now, due to what they're pushing, isn't by accident, homie. None of this shit is accidental, dog. You're gonna tell me that Lil Nas X is being streamed that much? Come on. When do you hear him on the street? Who the fuck?
That's a good point right there, bro.
Tekashi 6ix9ine.
That's a good point.
His whole reign, I didn't hear nobody bumping him in my
That's
hood.
another good point.
I didn't hear that fool at the strip clubs. I didn't hear
another
that
good
fool in
point.
LA nowhere. But then he's the #1 streaming. So now we go back to the reality of things. Now everything is controlled by these fucking computers and machines, which are easily manipulated.
So you think numbers do lie?
Man, I know numbers lie.
Okay.
I'm gonna give.
I agree with you.
Use myself.
I agree
I'm gonna
with
use
you.
myself as a prime
I agree
example.
numbers
all
lie.
right. I'm gonna use myself as a prime
Okay,
example.
let's go.
We're gonna pull up my last video before today. Okay.
Okay.
All right. We're gonna pull up my video in the last.
I agree
okay.
numbers lie, and I'm gonna tell you why after you tell me why.
Boom. This is my channel. I dropped this video, Girls Gone Wild, dissing Fools Gone Wild, about on the date, exact date. I dropped it October 27th.
How about this? We share it here too, right?
Excuse me? Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Okay, boom.
So, okay. So, on this video, Girls Gone Wild, I have 22,546 views.
Okay.
Okay?
This is a post or an
No, this is a video on YouTube.
YouTube,
okay?
okay.
This is from October 27th. All right? Boom. Now, let's go to my artist app through Apple and Spotify. All right. Boom. 22,500 views, I said, right? Roughly. All right. So now, when we go to my artist thing on Apple Music, I'm going to pull up the same song. Boom. Pull up the same song. This is in the last month. It's saying that I did 20,000 streams in 2 weeks just on Apple. So then if you multiply that by Spotify, if you multiply that by Amazon Music, if you multiply that by iTunes, where am I at? I'm easily at 100,000.
right?
I'm easily at 100,000 streams. 4 platforms at 20,000 each. But
80
you
to
gotta understand
80 to
though.
100.
You gotta understand though. My distribution distributes me to a lot of platforms. So there's about 15 of them. Okay, but YouTube's telling me that I only have so many views and so many streams on YouTube. You feel what I'm saying? The difference between YouTube and these platforms, digital platforms, is that these digital platforms actually monetize every single stream and every single stream.
Mm-hmm.
YouTube, most of the time, doesn't monetize it by purchasing. It monetizes it by machines that are supposedly viewing your shit. So you can manipulate YouTube views all day, every day. You could just leave 10 laptops in here, turned on all every day to repeat the same video all night.
But you think?
But you can't do that on your phone with streams that you're buying, purchasing, and all that shit.
Somewhat like the
On your apps,
other
yes.
platforms.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because these are actually taxable, monetized streams and downloads. You feel what I'm saying? So if we get down to the nitty-gritty of shit, dog, like, yes, we rely on technology right now, and it gives us advantages. But damn, does it give us a huge-ass disadvantage also, my boy. Because you can't physically see what the fuck is going on. You know what I'm saying? There's so many clouds up in this fucking air, fool. That shit is manipulated however the fuck they want it. You feel what I mean?
feel you.
So where does the truth really lie? The truth has to really lie in the intentions of the population. You know what I'm saying? Like, and where things are going, dog. You know what I mean? And how things are moving. On the streets, listen, dog. If you jump on this phone for 10 hours straight, right? In your room, scrolling, going through all this shit. After 10 hours straight, you're going to be hopeless as a motherfucker. And you're going to see women differently. You're going to see men differently. Your whole perspective on life is going to change. Right? Opposed to waking up in the morning for 10 hours and walking through the streets of your community, dog. You're going to get love. You're going to see people out here working. You're going to see people raising Look at the homie just walked in with his 2 little girls. Bro.
That's a stand-up
It's
guy
fucking,
right there. That's my guy.
it's almost 12 o'clock and he's not out here on the streets with some bitch or doing drugs. On Instagram, he is.
Wait, are you?
No, but
I
I'm
know
trying
what
to give you
you're
an
saying.
example, right?
I see what you're saying.
But in reality, he's out here with his little girls doing what the, like what he, you know what I'm saying? Like real life shit.
Yeah.
So then you tell me, like, what's really going on? Is there an underlying agenda? Is there a hidden agenda? Most motherfucking definitely. And if you don't see that, you a sucker.
Yeah, most
You
def.
know what I mean?
Most def.
Oh, the mic. Oh, shit. My bad.
When?
Right there. Am I better? Right there? All right. If you don't see that, if you don't see through the smoky mirrors, dog, then you a sucker, dog. You know what I mean? You're just another motherfucking influence. You're the same type of dude that'll be influenced by a bitch cupcaking, pillow talking with you, turn your fucking
exactly,
old way.
exactly.
Bitch ass fools
On some fake
love this shit.
Fake shit.
Real motherfuckers do not live by these fucking rules, dog.
But there's also a way to make that real, right? Like you said it yourself, like you weren't specific on, I ain't gonna be specific on numbers or nothing, but you get revenues from what you get from your followers, right? Or like
From
just
Instagram?
the support from followers.
From Instagram?
No, not Instagram, period. I'm saying, but like just
In general?
In general.
Yeah, but I take pride in
But
what I
but
put
but it
out.
also comes from like it being real, because there is the people.
Yeah,
we
for
go
real,
back
it's real.
to.
Yeah, but
we go
but
back to the
goddamn,
people that's
like
fake.
if you look at my views compared to some fucking idiot
Oh yeah, yeah,
just
yeah.
talking stupid, their numbers are through the roof.
But I always explain shit to the kids too. Like if you get 2,000 real followers, right? Like real followers
Most definitely.
that like what you do,
Hell yeah.
that like your product, that buy your shit. That if you do a fucking drop of T-shirts that say
Yeah.
Bozo on it, they're gonna buy
They're
it.
gonna buy it, yeah.
If you get 2,000 followers, over 1 million that don't give a fuck about you,
Let me ask you
you could live
something.
off 2,000 followers.
Yeah. If
right?
you follow me on, yes, you could, most definitely.
That's what I'm saying.
If you follow me on IG, fool, you'll see that I only I don't want to come off like that. if you follow me on IG, you'll see that my peers are considered real artists in the industry. You feel what I'm saying? Artists that I fuck with, like even that aren't in the hip hop genre. Like for instance,
Who's
the
it?
homie Prayers. You know what I'm saying? Goth artist that I fuck with. That's my boy. For instance, like let's say King Lil G.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? The homie's a rapper just like me. You know what I'm saying? So many artists I can name, but the point that I'm trying to make is this, dog. Right? That the real, like I told you earlier, are gonna look at each other and see themselves. That's like the organic bonding that goes on in the real world. They can't stop. You feel what I'm saying? And that's what we got to like really concentrate on. You got to stop seeing this tool as a meter of how you value yourself. You got to just see it as a tool to make money.
Boom.
Stop looking at this motherfucker as something that validates you and feeds you emotionally. Look at this motherfucker as something that validates you financially and feeds your family financially.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? Pimp this bitch.
Hell yeah.
Don't let this bitch pimp you. If this bitch is pimping you, let's all say it together. What are you? A straight motherfucking bitch.
And that's true though. Like I be like when fools be like, you're always posting. Like, yeah, I post that I'm working. Look, hold on, let me give you an example. You're always posting shit, right? All right, I post that I'm in the studio. Guess what happens if I post that I'm in the studio?
What happens?
I mean, if I post that I'm engineering in a studio session, what do you think would happen?
Oh, on your Instagram?
Yeah.
I would like to think that people are like, hell yeah, get it.
Or that, but how much for some studios, right? People want.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If I post that I'm embroidering hats, what do you think it's gonna get? What do you think I'm gonna get from my viewers?
Yeah, people are gonna see how
Hey,
much. You know what I mean?
How much for 12 hats? How much for 40 hats? From, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
of
I
course.
understand what you're saying by pimp the bitch, because like it's 100% true.
Yeah, well, it's a tool. It's like, you know,
It's like a free
it's like an
advertisement.
impact
It's a
drill.
free
It's like a jack.
advertisement.
It's like a camera. You feel what I'm saying? It's on you what you do with it. Don't let that motherfucker dictate you.
But I
You
do see the
dictate
people
bitch.
that do. Oh, I got this much views, this much likes, and
Man,
they're
I
in
don't
a
fuck with
place,
none of them.
and they're in a place where like
I don't fuck
I don't
with none
want
of
to
them.
be. You know what I'm saying?
My dog, a lot of I know, man. I'm not even.
But
gonna
I'm
get
sure
into
you
that
could
shit.
relate to that,
I
yeah.
could relate because I know a lot of broke ass rappers with like 500,000 followers, dog. Motherfuckers can't. Man, dog, you gotta understand, my boy. Like, look, you can't hide the truth, dog. On this phone,
I think Instagram.
you can hide.
I think
every
social media.
truth. But in the real world, physically, you can't hide that shit.
I think
dog.
social media brought.
Dog, I've called out at least a dozen rappers, called them bitches, literally.
I know you be going on live and shit.
Ain't nobody ever said shit back. You wanna know why? Because in reality, they're fucking hoes, dog.
Hey,
And in
dude.
reality, they know I'm a reputable ass fool from my hood. And all I gotta do is make the call, and they ain't gonna stop till I say stop.
Hey, do you feel like you
That's
do
the
that?
motherfucking
Do you feel like
difference.
you do that knowing that that's why you're doing it?
Hell yeah, I'm supposed to do that.
That's what I'm saying. I
shit.
just want to make sure you know. Yeah.
I'm supposed to do that shit because I post nothing but me and my children doing profitable shit.
Yeah.
I post none but me and my hard work and my ethic.
So you want to expose the fake? Make sure that's. the
I
thing.
want to expose what's real, not the fake.
Well, obviously, when you do the real, then the fake.
No,
gets
I
exposed.
want to highlight the real.
Okay.
Fuck the fake.
But the fake gets exposed throughout the process.
They
through
get
that
exposed,
process.
but
Yeah.
I want to highlight the real. I want to
Okay.
highlight motherfuckers that are really doing shit. You told me earlier, hey, my dog, I appreciate you came by.
Yeah.
Don't appreciate that shit. I owe you that shit because you a real motherfucker.
Oh, thank you.
That's the way we're supposed to see shit. The little homie's younger than me. Look, he's engineering that shit. I can't do that shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna acknowledge the young man for being a man.
And that's why I don't like to talk shit about the youth, because there's youth.
No,
that
no,
feel
no.
like-
We're not talking
But no,
about
hold
the
on.
youth, though. We're
No, I
talking
know.
shit about suckers.
I don't think you were doing that. But
No. Yeah,
no,
yeah.
I don't think you're doing
but
that.
it gets misconstrued. I hear you.
But when people,
hear you.
with all like these kids, this is like, man,
Nah.
these kids these days
Fuck
could do
no.
something that we couldn't do.
Yeah,
for a very
most
long time.
definitely.
You know what I'm
Hell,
saying?
motherfucking yeah.
And that's why I make sure.
Hell,
yeah.
motherfucking yeah, dog.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's. I'm gonna tell you though. I couldn't really tell he was brought up by good men around him though.
It's my nephew.
Oh, there it is. There. See what I'm saying? No, but I mean, but we go back to where we come from.
Yeah.
Like, we can make excuses for what we went through, but we can't make excuses for what we put our children through.
There
You
it
feel what I'm
is.
saying?
There it is.
That's the difference. Like, accountability is everything. Hold yourself accountable for your shortcomings. You feel what I'm saying? Don't blame it on nobody else, dog. Don't wipe your hands on nobody else. Hold yourself accountable, dog. No matter what. Like, you know, like, I chose to get out of prison, dog, and do something real. I made a choice. I made a choice because that prison yard didn't have nothing to offer me, dog. And when I was in prison, my people were suffering. The women in my family were being taken advantage of. My homies were dying. My daughters weren't getting no love, dog. You know what I'm saying? And some punk ass motherfucker in a green suit was making me squat and cough at his will. I had to fucking carry shanks to yard in places that you wouldn't even imagine to survive and do my shit.
How do you feel about the culture in LA and the fact that it's already like we look up to, I'm saying we as in like just the culture.
Uh-huh.
We look up to violence, we look up to the OGs, we look up to gangsters, but at the same time the OGs kind of make sure like for instance, if you had a kid, right?
Yes, sir.
Or a nephew, you wouldn't want him to fall into the same footsteps as
Most
you,
definitely
right?
not. None of my nephews have.
Okay. But naturally, if he was a rapper, what would you think he would represent?
Whoa. One of my nephews? If you
Or
was a
just
rapper?
not, just a younger person.
My
that-
son?
Okay. If you want to.
Well, yeah, I have to put my son because
Okay,
he's the one that looks up to me the most.
Okay.
My 8-year-old son named Vinny.
Say he wanted to be a rapper right now.
Uh-huh.
Right?
Yeah.
How would you?
My son's a gangster. He's only 8 years old.
Okay.
When my son walks in through the door, he does his homework first before he does anything without me having to tell him.
Okay.
You know why? Because he's been seeing his daddy get up when it's dark and come home when it's dark. And he's seen his daddy go to the studio even when he was tired. And he's seen his daddy, everything that he provided out of the fruits of his labor, provide for him and his family. That's how you set the standard, dog.
Okay.
You feel me? There's a hierarchy in everything that we do, right? There's the soldiers and there's the alpha male in every circle. As a father, you're the alpha male. You know what I'm saying? And you groom the soldiers to become an alpha male eventually. You feel what I'm saying? And if you tell me is my son gonna what was the question you asked me before?
Well, I'm saying me as like even me as a little brother or a nephew. Like,
Yeah.
How would you guide him to want to like not want to, but say he was just exposed to what you did
Yeah.
and saw what you did,
Yeah.
and now he wants to rap about something
Okay, me,
similar.
you know what I do to my son? I'm gonna answer that question pretty like direct. Like what I do with my son is like I let him see the hard work that I put in. I let him see everything that I go through. I explain it to him in detail. I communicate because communication to me is key, is important. You know what I mean? I express to my son what I sacrifice and how hard it is for me to do what I do, right? But then when it's time to shine, we shine together. You know what I'm saying? I've took my son to meet his favorite rappers that I fuck with. You know what I'm saying?
Who's that?
King Lil G, G Perico.
G Perico's
I
hard.
just got him a hat signed by Benny the Butcher because it was too late for him to
I
go with
see
me.
the whole Griselda you fuck with,
My
huh?
son, yes sir. Benny the Butcher's the homie. The whole BSF camp has been good to my family. You gotta understand, we have ties with these people before they even blew up. If you're in between the lines, you know what we're saying. You know what I mean? But we're on some G shit. Salute to the BSF camp, Benny the Butcher. I'm coming for that motherfucking feature soon.
Yeah. Make
You
it
know
happen
what I'm
here.
saying? Okay, so we're gonna go on back to where we're going. But I let my son meet Dwight Howard, a Laker that we watched, that we paid tickets. You know what I'm saying, to go see. And Lakers is everything in my little household. You know what I'm saying? But what it is you gotta show them both sides of twofold to everything. You can't just come home, right, and be so engulfed with the materialism in your world and the bills and all the shit you got to pay that you don't take time to show your son the pros, not the pro, I don't want to say pros and cons, but the sacrifice needed for you to have to what you obtain. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to teach your son the process. You can't just go to work every day and not express to your son, like, how tired you are. I express to my son when I'm tired. Hey, mijo, do me a favor. Take off my boots real quick.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, mijo, let me get a cup of water with ice, my boy. All right, daddy, I got you. Last night, as a matter of fact, I'm glad you bring that up.
Hey, is it different from a daughter and a son? Because I don't have both. I just have.
With
a
my
daughter.
daughters, I do the motherfucking same. Because
Yeah,
I'm raising
really?
women.
Okay. All right, cool.
I'm raising women, dog. So to me, it's like,
I'm just asking because I don't have both.
well, I mean, it's different in the sense of approach, you know? Because when I approach my son, I chop him down, fool. But I don't chop him down with insults. I chop him down with wisdom. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference, you know? With my little girls, I chop them down with, I don't want to say when my little girls is different, dog. When my little girls, I chop them down the way women are touched the most, and that's emotionally. You know what I mean? If one of my little girls does something that I don't approve of, I tell them straight up, like, hey, you know you're hurting my feelings, right? Like, you know you're breaking my heart. Like, you know you're my queen. Like,
I hear what you're saying.
Like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Opposed to my
That's
son.
that's the only thing.
Yeah, there's different approaches. You feel what I'm saying? When my son is different. Like, with my son, I'll just tell him straight up, like, hey, my boy, like, what type of man are you trying to be? Like, you want to be a leader or you trying to be a follower? You know what I'm saying? So I approach it different, but with the same direction. You know what I'm saying? You know, I don't know, man. I really do believe in love, dog. At the end of the day, like, I believe in love to the fullest extent. Like, I believe that love is powerful. Like, the biggest epiphany I ever had was by somebody that I loved. You know, somebody that I really loved and respected made me feel ashamed of myself. You know what I mean? And that shit will always stick with me. You know what I mean? Like, when the person that you really love, dog, tells you like you're breaking their heart and you're loving and you're like. You're hurting them, fool. Like, it really resonates with you. You feel what I'm saying? So I believe that that's important. Like, to let somebody know you love them unconditionally and at the fullest extent and at every cost. And then you also let them know that they have the ability to crush you. You know what I'm saying? And that's when you determine, like, what people are really made of, dog. Like, when my girl, I'll tell my girl straight up. Like, when me and my girl go through some shit, I'll be like, hey, like, you're fucking me up, girl. Like, you're hurting me. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, are you trying to do that? If you're trying to do that, let me know. If it's by accident or default, you should let me know too, so I can at least justify it. You know what I'm saying? And we can work through it. You know what I mean? But if you're intentionally with that pain you're giving me, like, we're not lovers, we're enemies. You feel what I'm saying? Like, honesty is everything, dog. I believe. You know what I'm saying? I think that you just gotta like peel away all that pride, dog, and all that ego with certain people. You gotta understand, fool. Ego is the worst enemy of love, dog.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And when we peel that shit back and we really get down to what we are and we really get down to the raw shit, like, dog, when there is no luxury of hiding, there's no luxury of lies, and the truth is all you have, dog, it's a beautiful motherfucking thing, dog. You know what I mean? And that's one thing that I did learn in prison, you know? In prison, I had to confront everything. I didn't have no fucking choice, dog. You know what I'm saying? And that shit changed me to this day, you know what I mean? When I came home, I wanted to put the opportunists on blast for what they really were. You know what I'm saying? Because I believe that nobody ever did. I believe that fools dissed each other before. Like, oh, fuck, you're a bitch and all that shit. But nobody ever morally addressed this shit. Like I told you earlier, let's get to the root of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feed my people, not my ego. You feel what I'm saying? That's the fruits of my labor, is to be able to provide for the people I love. I'm gonna tell you my biggest accomplishment is this, dog. Like, my biggest accomplishment in life generally is to be able to tell my kids that they can have what they need, not what they want.
Fuck that.
You know what I'm saying? There's a difference. What they need. You know what I'm saying? I'm always gonna provide what they need. You know what I mean? And a lot of motherfuckers can't say that. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of motherfuckers don't even have what they need presently. You know what I mean? A lot of fools talk that shit, and a lot of fools look a certain type of way. But when you peel them motherfuckers back, dog, they're actors, fool. You know what I'm saying? They're just following the script that they saw. You know what I mean? But they're quick to tell a little homie, like, oh, go ride, put in work and all this shit. Woo, woo. Man, I'm going to tell you, go do that shit in my music. But at the same time, I'm also going to tell you what you got coming.
Yeah, I feel you.
You know what I mean?
I mean, my guy walked into this place and said, like, damn, this is a sick-ass shop. And the first thing he did was FaceTime his wife and then his daughter and say, what do you want?
Of course.
Like,
I'm a man.
But I'm saying, I'm just saying, like.
No, but see, that's the thing, though, dog.
And
right?
I ain't saying I wouldn't be that way. I'm that way. But I'm saying there's people that wouldn't. You know what I'm saying?
They ain't man.
Yeah.
Man, look, listen, dog. It's in the Bible. It's scripture. You know what I mean? When you're a man of God, your woman is obligated to follow your footsteps. But only when you're a man of God. When you're a man of principle, when you're a man of righteousness, when you're a man of integrity. When you're a God-fearing man. I fear God because I know what God is capable of doing. I've already been there, done that with him. We already squared off, and I lost every fucking time miserably. Not only did I lose, I ended up crying.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? And I gained respect from that towards God. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I don't see God as an imaginary fictional being, dog. I see God in all you guys right here. Like, God is testing me through every single one of you guys every day. You feel what I'm saying? Like, we are all a part of him, dog. We are all created in his image. Thank you very much, in his image, right?
Okay.
So when you say that, it's like, okay, you have a lot of shoes to fill. You know what I'm saying? And we're not perfect. We're not Jesus by any stretch of imagination. But we can be Jesus' disciples. Jesus' disciples were killers, thugs, thieves, name it, they were it.
All that. I agree.
So then let's do that. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, wherever I'm at, my girl's going to be here with me too. My kids are going to be here with me. What do you want? You invited me here to your establishment out of your kindness, dog. I don't take that shit for granted just because you might not have the subscribers you think you need.
Yeah.
Dick, you own a fucking shop, my dog. And I'm going to judge you based on your followers? Suck my dick, homie. What
go.
the fuck is you talking about? I live in the real world, homeboy.
See,
the day I walk through my own shop is the day that I'm going to demand that acknowledgement, homie, and that respect. Lames don't know about that shit.
There's a few that looked at me that way, and I appreciate
they're lames,
them.
homie.
No, looked at me the way you looked at me, which is good. But obviously, there's people that do, send me your page, and then when they see the subscribe, I'm not where I'm at right now because we're just getting started. But bro, this shop is a very popular shop in the city that gets foot
Yeah,
traffic
but
like
you're my
crazy.
brother, dog.
But you know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean? You're my brother. Like, we're all brothers right here, dog. Like,
I appreciate you,
know what
my
I'm
guy.
saying? Like,
on
we're all
some
brothers,
real motherfucking
whether
shit.
you see it or not. Like, dog, I remember being down in a fucking... Dog, I remember doing an 11th month lockdown. And the only ones that came to slide me sopas or a cell phone under my door was Nut, a white boy, and was Pukaroo from Fruitown, Piru. Don't ever underestimate your brotherhood.
Yeah.
It's not limited to your pigmentation.
Most stuff.
You know what I'm saying? Your brotherhood is extended through your heart and your soul, dog. All that other shit is for suckers. You feel me? And that's where we go in this podcast, man. You look around you and make sure that the people around you are smiling. The more smiles you have around you is a reflection of the wealth you hold in heaven. Just understand that.
Wow, way to end it. Bozo Coastline.
Yeah, new pig in this bit.
Still going?
Shout out to my dogs. Yeah. This Bozo on this bitch, man. The Coastline music. Live and direct. Southern California, bitch. We talk for the streets because we are the streets. You ain't with us, you against us. Yeah, look. Yeah, said we were running out of options, so we chose to let the truth fly. Run out of patience, we gon' have to let these fools die.